But anyway, so back to Rochester, back to Monroe County. The upstate New York district attorney, her name is Sandra Durley. She's been taking some heat the other day after police body cam footage came out about her encounter with a police officer from Webster, New York, where she was caught speeding. Here is the interaction with the DA and a police officer in Webster, New York.
Didn't stop at all. Did you not hear my lights or sirens or anything?
No, I didn't actually. I was on the phone.
Okay, well, you're not supposed to be on the phone while you're driving either.
Yes, I am with the hands-free, absolutely.
Okay. Why are you so upset at me? I'm doing my job. You just admitted to me that you were going 55 and a 35 on Phillips Road.
Can you please tell him to leave me alone? It's
Officer Christopher. Can you stay over here, ma'am? This is a traffic. This is a legal traffic stop. Do you have your ID?
Oh my fucking God!
Purse. Here.
You have your purse right there.
No, this is my lunch. Would you talk to Dennis? I'm the one who prosecutes it. Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. Why did Skip there? What happened right there in that skip? Do you know?
It only picks out clips. Like the police body cam footage of what happened for that one officer is 29 minutes long.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then 3 other officers show up. They've got body cams on each one of them. A supervisor showed up. The chief showed up. Like, all right, she made a giant hullabaloo.
Let's continue then with this guy. Maybe we'll see some of that because I actually didn't watch the entire thing. I have a shortened version, but okay, we'll talk more about it.
You know what I've been dealing with all day? 3 murders in the city. And do you think I really care if I was going 20 miles over the speed limit?
Okay, I'm just doing my job.
What makes her fucking special? Because she has a hard job. Exactly. Everybody has a hard job. I mean, not me. I don't have a hard job, but there are plenty of people out there who have much hard, digging ditches all fucking day long. Mikey's fucking taking a shit in the back of a van in between fucking jobs, and this girl's complaining about her job.
If you or I are getting pulled over 2 miles from our house, we ignore the sirens behind us, we pull into the neighborhood, pull into the driveway, pull into our garage, get out of the vehicle and walk into the house. Are we not getting tased or dragged out of the house?
If you make it into the house, I actually wonder what would happen. What would happen if you make it into the house?
She walked into the house.
Hey, Kal-El, no. Did he follow her in? Because I don't believe...
No, he kept telling her, do not go into the house. Do not go in the house.
All right, let me play this then. Let's go a little farther.
You pulled over when you saw my lights, which obviously you did.
I thought you were going somewhere else because I thought no one would ever pull a black SUV if you ran my plates.
I didn't run your plate. I just called your plate out. And then I'm following you because you're not stopping.
All right, bye.
Hi.
Hi, I'll talk to Jeff. Okay, sorry. Okay. I didn't want to pull over on Phillips Road.
Why? This woman, I gotta tell you, if I was a black person, I would be so mad right now watching this. Like, I'm a fucking...
She spends her life prosecuting African Americans in the city of Rochester and going after the harshest penalties available.
Like, honest to God, if this were a black woman, she'd be dead by now. She'd be dead by now. Dead. Black guy, probably dead before she even got out of the car. But
would have been shot going into the house.
This is what I'm saying. I was in fear for my life. She was going to grab a gun. You know what I mean? That's exactly what they would have said. Yet, for some reason, because it is like, God, these are the moments where I wish I was a cop. These are the moments where I'm like, if you do not put the phone down and put your hands up against the car, I'm going to tackle you to the ground, remove the phone from your hands, and aggressively handcuff you, ma'am.
So,
and
the worst part about this... Go ahead.
Well, let's keep going. When
she didn't listen. All right.
It was just... I figured I'd just pull into my driveway.
Okay. Well,
I called Dennis and I said, okay, that's me that they're trying to stop.
Okay.
So
you're so special. You're not the only fucking person getting pulled over in Rochester right now, you fucking idiot.
I know that.
Okay, so why didn't you just stop like you're supposed to?
Because I didn't feel like stopping on Phillips Road at 5:30.
That's not your choice. You know that.
Well, I made it my choice.
Okay, well, now you made it a bigger deal than it needed to be.
It's a really bigger deal, and when people start coming, it's a much bigger deal.
Well, you caused that, Sandra. Well, what do you want us to do? Not do our job because it's you?
No.
You broke another law because of that.
Oh, I want to hear her answer to that. Why would it? Goddamn this clip. That's the answer you want to hear right there.
Oh, no.
Well, what do you want us to do? Not do our job because it's you?
No.
You broke another law because of that, right? And you should know better.
That's not a traffic ticket. That's an arrestable offense, Sandra. You know this.
I was right down the street. I figured I will just stop in my driveway. That's what I figured. I thought it would be easier. Apparently I was wrong.
Shit.
Yeah, well, that's not the right choice.
So okay, so is that the chief right there, or just another officer that shows up?
That's like the supervisor that showed up, and she
Is
said
that
she would only
Dennis?
want to talk to him. Blah 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 blah.
Dennis, who she
No,
kept
that's
saying,
not
or
Dennis.
whatever?
I think that's Jeff. Dennis is the chief. Jeff is the supervisor. But the arresting officer, the one that wrote her the ticket, was standing outside during this. And that cop turns around and goes, "Well, what are you going to do?" And he goes, "I don't know what to do. This is an arrestable offense. Like, she evaded the police. I can take her into custody." He goes, "I don't want there to be retaliation, so I don't know what to do." This is what the dude said on the body cam. And what he ended up doing, he ended up just giving her a speeding ticket. No evading, no nothing.
Oh my
But
God.
on the bright side, been following the story. She issued an apology on Friday.
I actually
she
have
issued
it.
another one this morning.
Hold on,
and
let me play her
Governor of
apology.
New York
Hang
is asking for her to resign right away.
Oh God, that's fucking great. Oh, I love it.
She's
That lady,
losing her
that,
job of 33
that
years.
governor of New York is a no nonsense ass bitch too. So she does not play.
Yeah,
that
I hate
shit
her
like that.
normally too.
I know. I mean, I can understand it. Like, especially, I love my favorite thing she ever did was when they put the drones along the border and said, "Oh, we're just looking for sharks. No, it's got nothing to do with drugs or terrorists or anybody else coming along the border." I'm cutting out.
Yeah, it's getting choppy and stopping every few seconds. He was doing that near the end of the video. Maybe it's my connection.
I bet it'll keep. I think it might catch up. It said it was a little wonky for a sec. I think it might catch up. Stream health.
Okay.
Stream is healthy. So
I just want to make sure we were able to hear you when you were talking about it. That's all.
Gotcha. I forgot what I was saying now. Shit, I totally forgot what I was saying.
You had the apology video.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's just play the apology video. I think I was going to say something else, but I don't remember. So we'll just go ahead and play the apology video. Here is
Kathy,
Rochester
the
DA.
drones at the border.
Oh yeah. The governor of New York, when she put drones on the border in New York, she said that it was to keep track of the sharks. So there weren't so many shark attacks. Like, just like the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. No, you're clearly keeping track of, boats coming in and what's going out, and like, what the fuck? How fucking dumb do you think we are?
Yeah.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist either, and that's just, to me, it's just like, who the fuck do you think you're fooling? Give me a break. Anyway, so here is Susan Durley giving her apology for what she did a couple weeks ago, last week.
Last Monday, I failed you and the standards that I hold myself to, and for that, I am so sorry. What I did was wrong, no excuses. I take full responsibility for my actions. I fell short of the values I've held for my entire 33-year career. I didn't treat this officer with the respect that he deserved. All police officers deserve respect. I am truly and sincerely sorry. I had just come from work. I was dealing with 3 homicides that occurred over the weekend. I watched a video where an innocent cab driver was executed, and I was still reeling from a frightening medical concern that my husband received that afternoon. But we all had bad days and stress, and it was...
She is laying it all out there, huh? So it's first off it's I had to watch a video of a taxi driver getting killed. Now my husband's sick. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see what the next one is.
It's wrong for me to take it out on...
Oh, wait, hold on one sec. Let me just type in the chat real quick. Audio and video should fix soon. There we go. All right, sorry. There was was fighting with the
officer who's simply doing
delay
his
or
job.
whatever.
While I previously apologized to him, I will say it again. I'm sorry. Police already have a tough job, and that day I made this officer's job harder. To the community, I owe you full transparency. Here's what I'm doing to hold myself accountable. First, I already pled guilty to the speeding ticket, and I will willingly pay the fine. Wow. Next.
What a fucking... Just don't even say that out loud. Just say, I took care of the speeding ticket. I guess you can't say I took care of the speeding ticket because somebody will think that she got a fucking deal or something. So I guess you can't say
We'll
that.
just avoid the evading arrestable offense.
Okay, that's where I want to hear what she says next, if she even addresses that.
And I will willingly pay the fine. Next, I'm referring the entire matter to...
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another Dumb Show, issue number 204. So good to have you guys with me this evening. I hope you guys had a great day today. So far, so good for your old pal Dumb today. Busy day. We'll dive into all that, get into my day, why we were off yesterday, all that good stuff. And sorry about that. I had a blunt that didn't want to go out behind me, just burning away. So again, welcome. So good to have you guys all here. You know how good it feels to have you guys streaming on my tube. It feels so good. It feels so right having you guys streaming on my tube. Hey, hit the thumbs up. If you guys have not already had a chance to do that, please hit the thumbs up. YouTube loves when you guys interact with the show. Do that. So please hit the thumbs up. If you have not, if you're not watching live, make sure you comment on the show. I'll read back your comments the next day. I have some comments that I'll read here in a couple minutes. If you would like to, if you are one of those people who is not watching live, it could be because you are listening to another Dumb Show and not watching another Dumb Show. Maybe you download it and catch up a day later. And if you don't, if you can't watch live, a great way to do that is to download the Another Dumb Show podcast through. It's an audio only podcast, and I think it can get audio or video either way. Through YouTube Music, to be honest with you. I think it'll play the actual video too. So check that out, YouTube Music, download the show. You can always follow us at Another Dumb Show on X, Instagram. I've been getting DMs and stuff from people, so I've been reading those. So shoot over your DMs. If you have something you see, or there's a story that you see or something like that, you can share the story with me. And if you want me to, talk about it. Of course, you can always help the support. Another Dumb Show is fan-funded, guys. It's not paid for. There's no major corporations paying for this. The only person paying for this is me and you guys. So all the support we can get through all the members that we can add is how we keep Another Dumb Show rolling. So if you are enjoying the show, you can go to the Another Dumb Show homepage, hit the join button, and become a member and help support the show. And you will become one of the official League of Dummies. That is what we call our live chat here on Another Dumb Show. Rich Morris was technically first, but he did not use the first emoji, so the actual first goes to Brad Lovner. Brad, whatever, I can't spit, a little stuttery. Brad, good job, Brad. Way to be first in there. Appreciate you, bro. And of course, if you are not interested in talking in the chat, I pay for these damn phones, so damn it, I love when you guys call. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. I'm getting all kinds of weird notifications about something going on with my connection here, saying that something is overloaded for some reason, and I don't know why. But hey, you know what? We'll just skirt on right past that, and we'll just jump over and say what's up to my dude. Hi, Mikey. What's going on, dude? How are you?
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Oh, dude. I am tired. I had a busy day today. I had to, we were off last night. We were going to be on last night, but I ended up taking the day off because I started a little home improvement project. It took me fucking forever. I finally said, you know what? I'm tired of looking at this half-painted bathroom. And, you got a bird going crazy over there. Did you get a bird, or is that just outside?
I got my windows open.
Is that it is? It's just outside? No, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going crazy. Shoo that fucker. My neighbor is...
Get the fuck out of here! Sorry. I see there's kids out the window, too.
It worked. It shut up. No, but I close my windows all the time because my neighbor has about 25 bird feeders out there, and it's a fucking aviary out there. It's just
bro. I'm about to get one. I'm about to get a bird feeder. I'm having to pull this big bush out from my window so I can finally see. I'm the only townhouse out of like 60 townhouses that is a giant fucking bush in front of his window.
Oh, I would think that you would want that little privacy.
I don't give a fuck. Look at my window.
Okay, all right.
The windows aren't high enough to go above below my waist, so I mean they don't see much. I'm a naked house walker.
Yeah, so hey, me too, man. I walk around all butt naked too all the time. So yeah, we were supposed to be on last night. I started a little home improvement project. I had that bathroom. Remember my bathroom started leaking and they redid my bathroom a while back?
Yeah, and they didn't finish it.
Yeah,
Oh no,
apparently.
they said they weren't going to finish it.
Well, yeah, they told me that they pulled out everything, toilet, sink, new tub, everything. They ripped everything out. Then they like primered around the spots where they took out and then put everything back in. And then I was like, and then they go, hey, if you're going to paint, they said something about painting. And I'm like, wait, you guys aren't going to paint it? And they're like, no. And then I was infuriated because I would have painted it before everything went back in. So I didn't have to trim anything. It was no taping, nothing.
Get that blue tape out, baby.
Oh, bro.
Time to be a perfectionist.
That's what I ended up having to do yesterday because, you know, they put everything back in.
I don't use that blue tape. I just become a professional trim artist, bro.
Oh, dude, I can't. I even with that tape, I still am. I am the world's worst painter. I can, no matter how much I try to do it, I'm just bad at it. I hate it. It's horrible. It's probably, you know what? I might prefer mowing grass over painting.
Get out of here.
I think I might because mowing grass gives me a small sense of calm with my OCD because you can, you know, those lines are nice.
Make those
you know,
lines. Oh,
I can't get paint
it's
lines.
ASMR to me.
I can't get paint lines right though. Like I always smudge. I get even with the tape up. I trim. I drop the goddamn brush. I got it all over the floor. I fucking hate
I do
painting.
good with any kind of lines, my guy.
Yeah. Well, I did do white paint, so my bathroom is all white now. It's a little. I got to be honest with you. Little disappointed I went with all white. It's a little stark in there.
Yeah. Why'd you go with white?
I wanted a clean look, just like a clean bathroom, like white look in the bathroom. And
I want a darker look in a bathroom. I don't want
it's so small.
That fucking mirror to be so bright and fucking highlight every fucking flaw in my face and my body when I'm looking at it. Hell no, make it a little bit darker so everything looks all right.
Yeah, no, the mirror is a little, or the bath. Mine's so tiny that if I were to make it dark, it would feel really enclosed. And I like it. I like a nice bright bathroom. When I wake up in the morning, I go in there. I like it when it's nice and bright, and it's just kind of it helps me get going. I like the shower all bright and everything because there's a window in there.
I walk around my house with sunglasses in the morning. It's the first thing I do when I get up. I put sunglasses on and walk around the house.
That's crazy. My eyes are super sensitive to light, but by the time I get to that point, I'm fine. I don't know. It's outside light. That's the problem.
I need to ease my way into it.
All right. Well, anyway, so I painted yesterday. I trimmed and painted the first layer yesterday. I had to go over this really dark green paint, so I had to do another thing today. So yesterday's took forever. So by the time I was done with that, I didn't have any time to get any. I totally lost track of time because it was just up there working. So I didn't have time to really get any show prep done yesterday. So I said, screw it. Let's just, we'll do a show tonight. And because I knew I was going to have time today to get a lot of prep done because I had to take my mom to the hospital this morning for a small little outpatient procedure. She would prefer I didn't go into the details of it, so I won't. But she's fine.
Is she all right? Everything good? She's home?
Yeah, everything's good. She's fine. We were in and out pretty quickly. It was one of the craziest scenes I've ever witnessed. There's like this circle in front of the hospital where you get dropped off this certain tower.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding you. We got stuck in the circle. We got there at 9:30. We were in the circle till about 9:47 when I finally said to my mom, I go, Mom, before we even got to the because this is to get to the parking valet because she wanted a short walk. I said, Mom, you're going to have to get out of your car and start walking right now if you're going to make it to your appointment by 10 o'clock because we're never going to get into this valet. And in this building is
doctors
huge.
These days don't wait for nothing. I mean, they'll make you wait in the actual doctor's office for 45 minutes to an hour.
And
they'd already show up 5 minutes after your appointment. You're out.
Yep, and
she call. They'll be like, "You're fine," and then you get there, they'll be like, "No,
you're late." Yep. So she'd already had this appointment canceled once on their end, so it would she really upset her. So now she's got it. Everything's good. We'll find out how everything went within a week or so, and all was well with there. So I finally, by the time I got home from that, finished the bathroom, so it's all white. I'm trying to figure out now what I'm going to do. I got to get some shelves. new shelves. I think I'm gonna get some floating shelves. I'm gonna put in there.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I think it's gonna look nice because right now I had one of those over the toilet kind of like shelf things, and it just looked kind of janky. So,
I'm glad you weren't on last night. I looked even more like Forrest Whitaker than I look tonight.
Oh yeah, you mentioned you were having an allergy attack, and your eye was all like you were like one eye
It's
one
still
eye wonky.
look at my left eye now. It's more closed than the other one.
It doesn't look, honestly, it's not showing too much on the camera. Maybe a hair, maybe a little bit. I guess maybe not. If you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have noticed.
Oh God, I noticed it all the time, but my allergies are still killing me. I should have my AC on instead of the doors and windows wide open, but I'm an idiot.
I had to get my car washed the other day because there was so much pollen on it. It was yellow. I have a black car, but it was yellow. And I woke up the other day and my eyes were kind of like what you're talking about. I didn't have one shut, but they were so puffy that it really was like going crazy. So anyway, allergies suck. Pollen. We can't talk about pollen after the Kill Tony episode where the guy brought up pollen is why he was doing bad jokes. That was funny.
You see that text I sent you about Tony?
I did see that. Yeah, so we love this podcast called Kill Tony. The host of the show is named Tony, obviously, and he's going to be, Mikey texted me today that he's going to be doing the Tom Brady roast, which is going to be on what channel? Netflix?
Netflix.
Okay, so that'll be cool. So
this whole month, May is Netflix is a joke month. So it's everything comedy, all comedy. It's my favorite month of the year.
Oh, good. Well, I'll have to check it out then because I did up my Netflix thing.
Cat Williams is going to be live Saturday night for Woke
this Saturday?
Folk. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Right on. All right, cool.
The roast is on Sunday, too. It's right after Woke Folk.
The Tom Brady thing?
It's another one that they're, the Brady roast.
Oh, I didn't know it was already this soon. I thought it was a ways off.
I believe it's coming up real soon because Kevin Hart's hosting it. There's a couple other big comedians that are there, too. And then Shane Gillis's show comes out soon.
All right. Well, we'll have to check all that out. Good stuff. All right. Let me do this. Let's check some emails here and get into whatever we got going on.
Go to a full screen because I'm going to turn my camera off, blow my nose. And
I'll do what you got to do, man. So I got an email here from Matthew. He is commenting on, the other day we talked about Travis Kelce getting a new, sorry, my back is killing me from doing that painting. We talked about Travis Kelce getting a new contract and becoming one of the highest paid, the highest paid tight end in the NFL. And B1 had commented about how, what a power couple they have. Just think about how much money they have with Taylor Swift being a billionaire and Travis Kelce being a multi-millionaire. And I kind of said to her, I go, that really is a drop in the bucket for her. Those multi-millions that he has, that's nothing compared to what she has. I mean, it's just nothing. The difference between 100 million and a billion is just absolutely astronomical. And that our brain can't really comprehend it. And I got an email from Matthew who says, it's titled $1 billion. And it's very short and sweet. It says, to spend $1 billion at $10,000 a day, it would take 31 years. $1 billion at $10,000 a day take 31 years. Let's do the math on that because I think he's wrong. I don't think that's the correct math. $1 billion at $10,000 a day. All right, hold on. Let's pull this up here. Get my calculator out. All right. $10,000 times 365 days is $3.65 million times 31 years is only 113,150,000. So he is considerably off.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he wasn't even
way off. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer than that.
No, he's not even close.
Way closer.
10,000. So let's go. 10,000 times 365 is 3.65. So that you got to multiply that by what? 300. You got to it's about 300 years. It'd be 1.1 billion 95 million. So I mean, let's go. All right, we want to get closer. I can do that. Do it times 295, 200, 250.
That's just one like we were talking
75.
about the other day. It's the difference between $1 million and $1 billion and how like unrelatable it is.
That's where what brought this up. That was what the email's about. We talked about because of Travis.
Sorry,
Yeah, you were blowing your nose. That's okay. So it's about 272, 73, 74, about 273 and a half years.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
So yeah, we just can't even comprehend the difference between millions and billions like that. It's just not even.
God, I want $1 billion, dude. That's why
Just
the only
like-
time I play like the lotto and do shit like that, it's got to be over 500 million. And I spend entirely too much money, dude. I mean, like $50 a drawing.
I have this weird aversion to the lottery because my dad played the lottery a lot. But always the mega, like super lotto, always every Wednesday and every Friday. He played it a lot. And it was always like, I just always kind of looked at it like he felt, not that my dad worked his ass off, but it was always like this weird thing where I kind of look like, Dad, this is not your ticket to success. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? We're all everyone. It's the American way, the quick trip, bro. Like
no, I know.
Willy Wonka. It's
never called him it felt like it was his. It was just kind of a pipe dream. I guess everybody wanted to be rich, and to me, it was just kind of silly to spend because it's like getting struck by lightning. You know what I mean? It's such small odds that you can't even. And some of those $1 billion ones are like getting struck by lightning 3 or 4 times.
I'm still alive today, so I'm a lucky motherfucker. So.
Okay, all right, that's a good positive.
I figure I try my luck.
Positive way to put things or spin on things. All right, I like that. Not bad.
Yeah, dude, any addict can justify their actions. I'm definitely going to figure out a way to justify gambling.
Tyler says, Dumb has the touch tones turned up on his phone. That shit always annoys me. I always, I just like the sounds of the clicks on my phone when I go.
Oh.
I'm a little click guy. I like the sounds of the click.
God, dude.
I'm annoying.
I never even noticed that. Thank God when we hung out, you weren't on your phone much because, good God, that bothered the shit out of me.
I usually put it on
it's one
vibrate.
Of my peeves.
I put it on vibrate around other people when I do it because it's just for me. It's really because I like the sound of it. So
you're a decent human.
Thank you. Holden Two Dicks asks who my favorite porn star is. I do have a story kind of relating a little bit around that later, so maybe I'll bring that up. I don't know if I have a specific one, maybe a couple I like. I'll bring that up later. Edward says, when you got your last haircut, they didn't trim your beard? Oh no, I know my beard is looking rough right now. You said
you were gonna get it trimmed too.
I was gonna cut it. I always trim it myself. I don't like
really.
I don't trust other people to trim it because they.
Oh, I trust my barber with my life.
No, my barber. I don't like the rounded trim like on here. Like I like a nice square. He actually. The first time I told him I don't want the rounded thing, I like it squared. He goes, I don't want to do that. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, if I do, you can't tell people I did that. I said, okay, just do it. So
rounded, squared, what like?
So right here, and it's almost kind of rounded right now because I haven't trimmed it right. But like right here, they do.
You like it to be cut in a round?
No, I like mine. Here. I like a 90-degree angle. It's backwards in this fucking thing, so I can't do it. I like a 90-degree angle, kind of right here. You know, a hard angle, like an L, but it's not really an L because it's it's like a weird obtuse angle, I guess it would be.
That's weird.
Versus the rounded, like it comes down. I don't like the round. It looks weird on my face because I have chubby cheeks, so it looks really weird on mine.
Wrong ear thing.
So. Mine just looks terrible right now. I've been neglecting my beard. Like I haven't even trimmed up anything. I look awful. But thank you for mentioning.
I'm gonna go back to my barber for the first time in 2 years and just have him trim my beard up.
Yeah, no, I got a nice trimmer for it. It's good stuff. Actually, it works great.
I miss my barber, dude. We talk football. We talk bowling, golf. Like it's, you can't say like I don't know.
I'm bad at the barber with that. I would prefer getting in and out. That's the only thing I don't like the barber. I hate small talk and chit chat. Yes, we've been doing it for 10 minutes.
The barber in our town was the star quarterback and star basketball player at a high school for years.
Okay. And he became
his
the local
family's
barber?
shop. And his family has owned a barber shop in our town for 70 plus years. 3 generations of barbers, whole family.
Okay.
Him, his 2 siblings, and his dad used to barber in the shop until his dad retired. Now it's him and just his 2 siblings, his brother and his sister. And they have enough clients. Dude, they're packed nonstop.
That's pretty cool. Good for them. A real family. Yeah, my dude's like, he bounces around from barbershops. He owned his.
I don't like.
Well, it's a long story. He owned a barbershop. Then he sold it to the guy who was in the chair next to him. And then that guy fired him. Fucking cold.
That's wild.
Cold shit. So, Irish Ronnie says, with the long white beard and the red shirt, I'm sending off some serious Santa vibes. Ho, 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 motherfucker. Anyway, let me have some comments here regarding my... I don't really exactly remember what story I told, but I somehow talked about high school football the other night. I don't even care what the story was, but I know I mentioned where I went to school at Chagrin Falls, but somebody just went, he says, it sounds like you peaked in high school football. And then it says, sounds like from your story, high school football was the start of the downfall of your life. No, I would say it was probably shitting my pants in college football would have been the start of the downfall, I would say. That was probably worse, much worse than anything that was happening there. And I don't know, we didn't peak at all. We lost a lot. So
I was going to say, like, where was the peak supposed to be? That sounded like a pretty low, like, plateau.
It was really bad. I don't know what he's talking about.
The line doesn't move much. It just stays at the bottom.
Yeah, that was terrible. So, and then let's see. I thought I had another one in here. Oh, I did. I got a from Laura. She sent a superfan donation in through the comments the other day. So, and I never got a chance to say thank you to her. So thank you, Laura. I appreciate you hooking it up.
Oh, thanks, Laura.
Yeah, very nice, right? Mark likes it when I say God in heaven above. Oh my God in heaven above. I seem to say that a lot. My parents used to say that a lot, so that's kind of where where I get that from. Speaking of high school football, I have some interesting football news regarding the Cleveland Browns. The Browns have released. Well, I don't know if they officially released it, but an artist rendering has come out about what the new dome might look like here in Cleveland if we were to get a new dome in town.
The fan-funded $1.2 billion stadium.
Yeah, at least half of it, I guess, is what they're asking for. So, but dude, you know what? I would be okay with that. It's something I want. So I would actually prefer the Haslams, the billionaires, pay for it. Personally, obviously.
I was about to say, dude,
but I'm not like happy about it.
The Vikings footed the entire bill for their stadium.
Well, they just know that we're simps here. We're simps for the Browns.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like the Bills stadium out here is supposed to be fan funded a little bit too, and they're losing like 20,000 or 10,000 seats in the arena. They're building a smaller stadium.
The Bills are?
Yeah.
It's going to be smaller?
Yep.
Well, I imagine the new Browns one might end up being smaller. There aren't a lot of details about it, but here is the actual artist rendering of what the Browns. Now, the Browns currently played in downtown Cleveland at first. Well, it's not called First Energy Stadium anymore. It's just called Cleveland Browns Stadium now. But it's right on the lakefront, the heart of or not the heart of downtown, but the edge of downtown. You've seen it. You've been down the Voinovich Park next to it for Roverfest and stuff.
Dude, it's a beautiful. The stadium looks dope right on the water like that.
Pretty cool being on the water like that. It really is kind of a cool thing. It adds with the open air. It adds a lot with the weather and blowing winds and rain, and it does add a lot.
Strategy.
It does add to football strategy. However, it fucking sucks going to those games, dude, because there's literally one road in and out. It's so gummed up, and the parking is terrible. And
it's like with a lot of these old stadiums like that. Like, going to a Bills game, like getting home takes like 6 hours.
Yeah, our stadium is like, if you park on the other side of downtown and then walk over, it's not that bad. It's going to be a long walk. It sucks. Like when I was a kid, I would ride from one side of town on it's called the Rapid Transit, which is like a rail system that would take you from the east side to downtown. It would take us under the what's called the Terminal Tower, which is like our old original skyscraper here. And you hop out, and you have to walk all the way to the lakefront to get to the stadium. So I was used to doing that. That's the way we did it. So like when I would go down with the kids, we'd park several blocks away, the cheaper parking, and
it's
walk.
Like part of the tradition, like walking with a bunch of other fans that are walking.
Right.
Like we walked like 10 blocks to the Viking Stadium, but it was one of the dopest walks ever on the way to the game.
But if they are going to do it the way that, again, I think from this rendering, and here I just pull this up now. Here's the actual. Oh, why is that doing that? Do that? Yeah. So this is the way it's going to look, supposedly, and I'm assuming that's the stadium in the background towards the back there. It's described as kind of emulating what is it, M&T Bank Stadium, or not M&T Bank, your stadium in Minnesota.
It does. It's got like the
What's
hard
it called?
angles of the U.S. Bank Stadium.
U.S. Bank Stadium, that's right. Yeah, same idea. I think that's kind of what they're going for, is to have the glass on the top, and I'm assuming the other angular side of it, because this is all they have. They only have this one rendering. So that's supposed to be the stadium there in the middle of
the top is all windows.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's the way it would be. Otherwise, that would be really stupid.
Yeah, all these stadiums have been coming out with huge windows and stuff like that. What's the other one we just showed that had big windows? Oh, Chicago.
That's right. Well, I liked Chicago's big open-ended thing that they had. That kind of
it just bites off the Viking Stadium nonstop. That's when
it does.
Yours doesn't bite much off the Vikings like that. When I look at that, I don't think, oh my God, that looks just like U.S. Bank.
I don't think there's any other stadium in the world that looks like that. I mean, that's completely unique. Which is weird, though. What it does remind me of, there's a music center here called Blossom Music Center, which is like this big angular pavilion kind of looking thing. It kind of reminds me of that, to tell you the truth. But what's interesting about all this, Mikey, is this area that you're looking at, none of this shit is
downtown.
there.
Is that downtown Cleveland? In the
background? Upper right, that's down.
Away?
Yeah, this would be built. I was trying to say, and I got off track. It is downtown Cleveland would be about a 17-minute drive from there, because they're
not that bad.
Yeah, I'm actually all for it. It's seriously, it's all highway. It's easy to get to. I love the idea of moving it out of downtown. I don't.
Parking would be a lot better.
Yeah, the allure of being downtown is great, and it would be bad for downtown businesses, but it'd be bad for literally 9 weeks a year, 9 weeks a year. There's 17 games now. So we don't do a lot. We do nothing in that stadium, really. A couple concerts, they'll do maybe one Ohio State game there every couple of years. They do
most people go to Quicken Loans or whatever the other one is, right?
Yeah, it's the indoor arena, the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. That's where they do all the concerts here. Yeah, so every once in a while they'll have a concert there. Like Luke Bryan did a concert there, Jason Aldean. Sometimes they do concerts at that stadium, but I actually went there. Taylor, go ahead. I'm sorry.
With the new stadium, I said, think of the concerts and everything that new stadium will bring to.
That's why I love it. And it will be this pavilion and everything, and all these buildings they're building around it and all this stuff. It'll revamp that entire little suburb. It's called Brook Park. It's a little manufacturing suburb, kind of lower middle class, maybe a little towards middle class.
How many hotels are near there?
Oh, tons. Okay. Everything.
Well, I wasn't sure, like Brook Park, like if they would be able to handle that many people coming into town and staying there.
Oh, all the hotels. There are hotels. There's 2 exits over. There are hotels everywhere, and then they'll just end up building more hotels too. There are hotels all over that stretch because it's right by the airport. It's literally like, so the airport's here, Brook Park's here, and then downtown is kind of way up over, kind of off towards the north.
The stadium will be closer to the airport, so it'll be easier access to people.
Right next to the airport.
Oh,
absolutely.
That's mint.
Closer to the airport than it is to downtown for sure.
Dude, so flying into Minnesota, it's like a 30-minute Uber to get to the hotels in downtown Minneapolis.
Nope, you'd be at a hotel in less than 5 minutes from the airport.
Oh,
going
that'd
to
be
that
nice.
place. Yeah, it'll be. I
I
love
hope
this
they
idea.
build that stadium when the Vikings go to Cleveland. We're definitely going to that game. That's the only way I'd be allowed into the dog pound wearing purple. Is with
Yeah.
somebody wearing
Ooh.
Browns gear.
Ooh.
Somebody wearing Browns gear, I'm allowed in.
I don't know if I would go sit in the dog pound with you. We'd
I
probably have
don't
to
want to go
sit
to the
somewhere
dog
else.
pound. I'm just saying, like, people from the dog pound would be
Oh.
okay with me. Like I want tickets when I go to the game, dude. I want to be like 10 rows from the field in an end zone.
If I took you in the dog pound, the dog pound is an actual section, right? It's not the whole stadium.
It's like the Bills Mafia section and shit like that. Like I wouldn't go into the
No,
where
it's
the Mafia sits.
It's not. It's a when I say section, it's the actual end zone section on one side of the stadium where the bleachers used to be in Municipal Stadium back in the day. So it's a huge portion of the end zone section, basically the lower level end zone section, and it kind of goes
It's the
like
home. It's the home end zone, whatever they consider to be the home end zone.
Well, that switches every game, though, right? Home and away when they
But that's the end zone where the Browns warm up every home game.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Zone.
Yeah, well, there's nothing better than when a team is trying to score going in the dog pound. It's so fucking loud. It's awesome. So yeah, I would look forward to them. We'll see what happens with it. I saw somebody in there. CYX says, fan funded my ass. They charge a sin tax last time, so I'm paying for a football stadium, and I don't care about football. Well, I do love football, so I can't get enough of it. And she says, and that spot they picked is pretty close to my house, so I might have to put up with traffic problems too. The traffic over there is pretty good. It's mostly like they got 4-lane roads over there with with a turn lane in the middle, like through the main stretch over there, and it's actually.
We're also talking. It's Sunday. It's God's day. What the hell are you doing driving around? Any stay inside, watch football like a real American. Like,
yeah. 844 hit Dom 844-448-3862. Let me know if you're from around here what you think about the idea for that. Mikey, by the way, do me a favor. Help me out with that. I have been doing a very bad job. Reminding people to call. No, reminding people to call in when we talk about something. I've been doing a bad job about that. Yeah, well, just period anyway, because we got people all over the place. But Mikey, hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'm gonna grab a beer. I'll be right back.
Modelo, what up, homie? I'm in the middle of an ad instead of the. Oh no, it's not an ad. What do we got going? Oh, CYX is blowing up the chat right now. Pretty close to my house. Yeah, but it's 10,000 cars on a Sunday. It's really not that bad. There'll probably be different lots. I don't know. Most of these new stadiums don't allow tailgating in the actual like stadium parking lots. So I'd imagine that it'd probably be the same in Cleveland.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We have like a
relegate the Bills Mafia to anywhere outside of the stadium. So there's tailgates that have to walk a half mile through mud. Like there's, multiple stories every year of Bills fans that die in the woods and the snow that wander off and they get lost on their way to their car and shit.
Well, Browns fans are just known for butt fucking in the parking lot. There's plenty of good videos of Browns fans butt fucking.
You remember seeing the Bills fan with his hand down his girl's pants, finger in her shirt.
I forgot about that one. That's right.
And then there's the other video of the person that has like a Vicodin folded up in a dollar bill sitting in the stands trying to snoot it up.
That's awesome. Have you ever seen the video of Leonardo DiCaprio getting caught blowing lines at the game? Whatever game he was at?
I didn't see him get caught blowing lines, but
well,
I saw him high on
cocaine. You could see him cutting something up, and he's like over it. And then you can't actually see him go down and do it, but you see him come back up and he starts doing when he's like looking around.
I've seen him do in a bunch of situations.
Really? Good for him.
Yeah, there's been there's a couple YouTube clips out there of
Rockstar.
Him in different situations where you can tell he's all yayed up.
Hell yeah, good for him. Good stuff. But boy, I guess if you're a celebrity these days, you got a tester, right? If you're partying, you got to have. You got one sick friend who's just like, I'll try it. Hell yeah, I'll try that shit first. I'll make sure there's no fent in it.
I just got done with a run, dude. I tested every bag I got.
That's crazy. With like an actual testing device, like a.
Dude, they come with tiny little test kits that you can literally go into any rehab, anything like that. Be like, I need test kits, and they'll hand you 40 test kits for fentanyl and 40 test kits for xylitol, and you test each bag with a little bit for both.
Isn't that a sweetener?
Trank.
Oh, I thought. What am I thinking?
That's that horse sedative that everyone shoots up and it turns into the flesh-eating disease. It's the one that's really popular in Kensington in Philadelphia. That's like Trank City. That's where the Trank brothers live, the people that brought it into the country.
But I could have sworn xylitol was an artificial sweetener for some reason. I don't know why.
If we go take a break, I'll look at the name of the test strips. I still got like 100 of each.
All right. So yeah. Anyway, you'd have somebody because I would be usually. I was like I haven't done it in years, but I was usually like a once a year guy, partier. Over the years, and now ever since what really scared me about it was when that female comic,
Kate Quigley,
yeah, and her friends all did it, and one of them ended up dying, and two of them got real sick.
No,
and I don't think
three of them died, and she's the only survivor.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I messed that story all up. Okay, there you go. So
she's all fucked up from that. She gained a bunch of weight. She tried to start an OnlyFans. She doesn't really do comedy no more.
Really? She stopped doing comedy?
She started making a bunch of money on OnlyFans, and then she got really like big and a little bloated, and just didn't look good no more.
That sucks. That'll do it for OnlyFans. That'll do it. You lose your subs real quick. Mikey, an update to the other day. I started telling we talked about Christy Noem, the what is she? The governor of North Dakota, I believe, or South Dakota.
The dog lady.
Yeah, she's in the news because she shot her dog Cricket, the family dog. Here's poor little Cricket. Let's get Cricket here. Oh, poor little Cricket.
Poor little picture of the goat that she shot.
Poor little hunting dog Cricket. I don't give a fuck about a goat. Goats can go fuck themselves.
Goats are cool.
B1 loves goats too, but yeah, there's little Cricket. I do not. I'm weird. I like dogs and cats, and that's that's about the extent of my animal shit. But anyway.
No, I like rabbits, ferrets, fish, birds.
No rodents. Oh, definitely not birds. Fuck, birds are flying
Lizards.
rodents. Fuck that. Nope. Dogs and cats, man. That's what I like. You know what I might like? A little tiny pig. One of those mini pigs. Those look pretty cool.
I stay away from pigs. I done a bunch of like reading about them, and I've heard some people talk about it on podcasts, and people that really like get to know about pigs and see how smart they are. They're like smarter than dogs, and they get really attached to you, and they're affectionate. They say it like ruins bacon and pork products and all kinds of stuff. So I really don't. I'm not risking getting to know a pig.
Okay, that makes sense. So like they're a little bit too sentient, and so you feel bad, but you're killing this intelligent animal, basically.
Yeah, dude. I don't see a cow as being like that. I see a cow as just being I don't even know, just something that moves and eats grass.
Well. I brought this story up on when we were live Monday, and I got sidetracked. I don't even know how we got sidetracked, but I talked about how this happened. So she's in the news because she had this hunting dog that she ended up shooting because it got too aggressive. It killed chickens, blah, 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 blah. And I have a clip of her talking about it. But the reason I even brought it up because I had a family member, my dad. Remember I said my dad got bit on the hand. By a dog and
crushed
on his face.
His finger.
Yeah, crushed his finger. Face. Ultimate clam blaster now with that finger we joked about. But I don't think we ever got to the point where was that my grandpa just literally right after that happened took the dog out in the backyard and just shot it. Just blasted the dog. Yeah. So to me, that's what like if a dog gets aggressive. That's kind of what I learned you do with a dog. You just go put it down.
If you reported the dog for biting a human or biting another animal or attacking or anything like that, that's what animal control would do. They'll just put the dog down.
I agree. That's why when my son got bit by our boxer, we actually don't know if he got bit or scratched, but it tore his...
The boxer, I'd imagine it would be paws because they're all paws.
Well, it was also a weird situation. They had taken in a stray. The stray and the boxer got into a little tussle. The kid jumped on the one on the boxer's back, just like being a dumb kid. And they're not sure what happened, if the dog turned and bit or if he turned and swiped with his paw. But anyway, it tore his eye. It tore right here in his eyelid.
Like the corner of his eye?
Yeah, right on the corner of his eye, and actually tore his tear duct. It tore the tear duct too, yeah. So He had to go
God,
have
man, this shit
surgery.
creeps me out these days. I've lost my edge.
Yeah, they put a little plastic shunt in where his tear duct was. But he was a little baby. He doesn't remember any of it. He was like, I don't know, he was real young. He was just barely old enough to walk at that point. And I think that's kind of why they were letting him go. He was just kind of stumbling around the room, and they were letting him do his thing, and he stumbled onto the dog because I wasn't there. So I'm kind of a hover dad, to be honest with you. So if I was there, I don't think it would have happened. But hey, whatever. Hindsight's 2020. But
Past is past.
yeah, the past is. No, I'm just kidding.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
She's a good mom. But anyway, so this is Christy Noem real quick. But yeah, I only had brought that story up to say that I don't think what she did was wrong. And so here is her talking about it real quick. Play.
You have responded. You responded on X on Sunday. And
oh, yeah. You never seen her before?
Nope.
Oh, she's hot. She does all these commercials. Yeah, she does all these commercials for either, I can never remember if she's from North or South Dakota, but they run commercials here in Ohio with her in them trying to get you to move to her state because apparently, I don't know if they have no income tax or something like that. They have.
I like the Dakotas. There are a lot of Vikings fans, so I'm cool with it.
But anyway, well, yeah. So, but I've seen her plenty of times, and I have noticed before. I was like, "Ooh, she's not bad looking at all."
you gave more explanation to this, but you talk about this 14-month-old dog as untrainable.
And this is Sean Hannity talking, by the way, from Fox News.
You describe it as a trained assassin. How the dog was killing chickens of a local neighbor, and how the dog even went to bite you, and I believe bit others as well. Tell us in your words why it came to that decision. I mean, unfortunately, dogs that are violent sometimes have to be put down, but I guess people, because you shot the dog, is there a difference which way you put a dog down? I'm not really sure, but I don't think people understood it. I want to give you a chance to explain.
And I agree. I'm kind of like, 844-HIT-DOM, 844-448-3862. I don't know. I'm okay with her putting this dog down, to be quite honest with you. Just go for it. Do what you gotta do.
It was aggressive. It went at a human.
Well, listen to her. She's actually going to talk about it a little bit more, too. So here's Governor Noem talking about it. Play.
She's looking right into my eyes.
Well, Sean, you know how the fake news works. They leave out some or most of the facts of a story. They put the worst spin on
Look like the dead eyes of a murderer.
it. And that's what's happened in this case. I hope people really do buy this book and they find out the truth of this story, because the truth of this story is that this was a working dog, and it was not a puppy. It was a dog that was extremely dangerous. It had come to us from a family who had found her way too aggressive. We were her second chance, and the day she was put down was a day that she massacred livestock that were part of our neighbors. She attacked me, and it was a hard decision. And the reason it's in the book is because this book is filled with tough, challenging decisions that I've had to make throughout my life. And I hope that people understand from this that what the point of this story is that most politicians, they will run from the truth. They will shy away and hide from making tough decisions. I don't do either of those. I tell the truth and I make tough decisions. People attacked me during COVID for keeping my state open. They called me wrong and attacked me night after night on TV for not doing mandates and not forcing people to get vaccines or wear masks. They're doing it again now with this. I just hope people will read the book, find out the truth, because this was a dangerous animal. And I had a choice between keeping my small children and other people safe or a dangerous animal, and I chose the safety of my children.
I have to say, I think she brought up actually a really good point there, talking about how she's a politician who just tells the truth. And I don't know that she does it all the time. I don't know if she does it all the time, but at least in this case.
I mean, she's a politician. It's,
in this
half
case,
and half,
though,
I would say.
Probably, but to be honest about this situation and then not try to shy away from it or, sugarcoat what happened, just like, no, it was a fucking dog that was bad and we fucking put it down. And, that's it. I think that's I
think Trump should pick her as VP.
Well, the world, everybody's saying
kept her state open, the no mask and everything like that. Like that's right along with, well, that wasn't really what Minnesota did, but
everybody's saying that she is going to lose the VP seat because of this. That it would affect it would affect Trump's presidency because so many people are animal lovers that they wouldn't vote for him or vote because of her.
Follow Trump into hell.
I
if he
don't,
gives her the nod,
yeah, I don't think it
she's
matters.
royalty to them.
I don't think people like. I can't imagine anybody who's like really super pro Trump changing their stance on voting for him because his VP choice shot a dog.
There ain't no way he's picking a corpse like Pence again.
No. I mean, he's gonna pick a woman for sure. There's no doubt in my mind he's picking a woman. I'd be absolutely shocked if he didn't pick a woman. I would be blown away.
He has to.
Yeah, he has to. I mean, both of them are fighting for the female vote, and Biden. I mean, to his credit, it's good for us. But they you see they lowered the declassification for weed.
I know they're trying
or
to
raised, I guess. Of course, that's exactly what he's doing. He's kept the Newports, made weed.
The $1.6 billion in Art Institute forgiveness.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Trying to buy more college kids. He handed out more loan forgiveness, like $1.6 billion of it to people that went to art institutes.
I'm still waiting for mine, man. Like I'm still paying mine off, bro. If you're gonna wipe them, let's get to me, man.
I haven't paid $1 on the principal of my loan ever.
I pay.
My statement at the end of the year is up. Like when I do an income-based repayment plan, and I self-report my income.
Right. It's a real pain in the ass.
Like $80 a month. That's about it. And I'll pay that for the rest of my pay.
It just never goes away.
Math on that.
It'll just never go away. It just never. That's why I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Wipe it away. Make it go. CYX is not happy with Governor Noem, and I believe CYX is a pretty avowed Democrat. I would argue a liberal, probably. She is not happy about. She said massacred. That is a strong word for a dog chasing chickens. Not happy she ties it into COVID. What a bunch of shit it just spewed out of that woman's mouth. It's not bad, just a serial killer doggy.
CYX still wears a mask while she mows the lawn.
Oh, stop it. Be nice. She might just wear it while she drives, and that's it. But anyway. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate you being here.
So
much. I mean, bust your balls too much. I love you. She's here. She's dedicated, so I can't bust her balls too much.
No, I'm just messing.
She'll probably hate this next story. I got to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of this next story. It's funny. She brought up that it's a hunting dog, that Governor Noem, and I just got to be honest with you guys. I don't like hunting. I'm not a hunter. Never liked it.
I'm not a fan of hunting either.
I'm just not. I feel like we live in a world where you don't need to hunt anymore, unless you want to live on elk meat or deer meat. If that's something you just choose, that like if you don't want to eat processed food. Okay, I get it, but I just don't like the idea of people going out and killing animals when you don't have to. And I know I eat beef and all this, so I'm a total hypocrite about it. And it's probably more humane the way these animals are getting killed by hunters with their AK-47s or AR-15s or whatever.
I'm not a fan of like sport hunting or big game hunting or anything like that. Like if you're feeding your family or giving me like back straps or venison sausage or anything like that, I'm all for it. Like, and it's like if it's helping, like, you know, getting deer out of the woods that I could possibly run into and total my nice little hoopty, like, yeah, get rid of them.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. I saw a thing there. It distracted me for a sec. So say that again, Mikey. I got totally distracted. What were you saying?
I said I'm not a fan of like big game hunting or anything like that. These rich people that go on these sporting things and kill big animals, nothing like that. But if it's somebody that's like feeding their family, giving me backstraps or venison sausage or ground sausage, whatever I want, like I'm all for it. And then again, it also is population control. It's less deer out there that I can run into with my hoop.
Oh, deer! I don't give fuck deer. I hate deer. You want to kill a deer with your bare fucking hands? I don't care. I can't fucking stand deer. Deer are
deer,
menace.
elk,
They're a
like
nuisance.
Like the hogs that they kill, the predatory species that they like.
Well, it's
get
interesting.
tags to kill and stuff like that. I'm all for it.
It's actually interesting that you bring up hogs. That's what one of the reasons I brought up hunting is there's a guy. Do you watch American Idol? You don't watch regular TV.
No.
I'm sure you probably don't watch American
No,
Idol.
I didn't even know that show was still on.
It's still on. The only reason I'm familiar with it is because Luke Bryan's on it, and so being one and I'll watch it every once in a while. And Katy Perry's on it, and she's back to trying to look. Katy Perry, when she first started doing American Idol, dressed like an old lady and had an old lady haircut and looked like a Karen. It was terrible. Now she's back to looking hot as fuck. So it's, she's still a fucking weirdo.
She's got big boobies.
Oh yeah, she's got great cans. Big.
That's
old
what I
mom.
like most about her. She's such a weirdo, bro.
Mom milk jug boobs, man, for sure. But anyway, one of the guys, I guess an American Idol star. I don't know if he's a former star. I don't know much about American Idol. I don't remember this guy. His name is Will Mosley. He posted something online, he posted a video of him allowing his dogs and you mentioned hogs. He has hunting dogs that he allowed to go, well, here's the video of it. It's a hunting video. It's a little graphic if you're not into animals. Like, it's no different than a lion attacking a gazelle.
Turn it off 2x.
Yeah. But here, this is Will Mosley's hunting dogs going in for, they're helping him hunt, and there's no audio to it, so you'll just see there's 4 hunting dogs. There's a hog in this river, and the 4 dogs just start going ham on this hog. I don't know if they end up drowning it, but they ended up. So there you go. I don't need to watch it twice. But so this guy's in some hot water for posting this because it's supposedly very disturbing to people. Now, if you follow somebody who you know hunts, because this guy posts pictures of him hunting all the time.
Is the shit that I watch on Instagram. This is not disturbing.
I agree. I'm not a big fan of seeing. You know what I don't like more than anything? I don't like the dogs being used as hunting animals. I know that's the dumbest thing in the world, but I know that's what they're for.
Dogs come from wolves. That's
I know.
That's what they're like. That's what they are.
I know. I watched Darla go outside and she's rooting for she's rooting for little rodents and shit. I know. And it's weird. It's crazy to me that Darla is the descendant of a wolf. You know what I mean? Like this little turd dog that I have. Where's she at? Hey, Whoppers. Beanerina.
She's a little wolfy.
Hey, Whoppers. She's sleepy, girl. Beanerina. She's out. She's not moving. She's pissed.
I'm sleeping.
I got her. You know how funny dogs are? I got her some steps to get in and out of my bed, like little dog steps.
Dude, it's my parents' house. There's steps at the couch in the living room, the family room, the chair in the living room, the chair in the family room. My dad took the frame of his bed, like a $2,000 frame that like goes up and down and everything like that. Cut the legs off it to drop it a foot, so his German Shepherd can get in the bed and sleep with him.
That's funny. That's
the legs
dedication,
off
man.
my mom's bed in the other room, so the little dog can get up on the bed and sleep with her.
So I got the steps. Immediately, B1 said, "Why aren't the steps down here with the dog by the couch?" And I said, "Well, I got this fucking studio I got to take up and down. I can't deal with these fucking. You've seen it when it's all set up. How am I gonna have dog steps in and out of there in here? I can't do that. There's no room for anything in here."
Oh God, you be tripping, falling, knocking the whole studio set over.
Well, even then, when it's like broken down, it just sticks out in the middle. It's just totally obtrusive. It's not
like
good
soft little steps you can like sit on, right? Like pillow steps.
Yeah, I couldn't sit on them, but she could sit on them. They're like soft. Yeah, they're not hard. Yeah,
but they're pillow steps. Yeah.
Yeah, I got. It's one of my online auction things that I'm doing. I got a great deal on it. So I won. It was a $60.
You got your espresso yet?
Oh, bro, I am living. It's a life changer.
Oh yeah, no, you said you got it, and it came with a bunch of pods and stuff. Yeah.
Life changer, absolute life changer. It's so good. Double espresso every morning. First thing I do.
Save me $300 a month, dude.
Oh no, they're not cheap, dude. They're cheaper than Starbucks.
Yeah, but I'm saying if I bought one, it would save me $300 a month. Like the initial investment would be a little bit over that or whatever.
Oh, especially if you
I would make my money back.
Oh, I wonder if this place still, this is only local or if there's one over by you too. I'm pretty sure it's run by the Russian mafia. If I had to guess, because when you go in there, it's all young Russian dudes everywhere. It's all it is, young Russian dudes. and they're very matter of fact. Nobody's smiling. It's like I feel like we're literally just getting stuff that fell off the back of a truck.
Let's say just fell off truck.
But anyway, yeah, I got the Nespresso. That's a life changer, bro. But anyway, I got her dog steps. She does not understand how they work. She's a smart dog for the most part, but apparently not that smart. She just is. I have to almost like drag her up them to get her to realize that that's what they're for. I keep trying to get her to.
What does she do? So did she jump onto the couch, or do you have to pick her up and put her down every time?
She can jump onto the couch, but she can't jump onto my bed. And that's the problem is when she jumps out of bed to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night because I have like a pee pad for her. No way. I can't. I have like a sleigh bed. Like there's no, you couldn't even cut it off if you wanted to. There's no way. It's not. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully she'll figure it out. She's able to, she climbs down them, but she won't climb up them. Very, very much a doo-doo head. All right. I have some crazy stories about some fucked up dudes. I have a story about a guy. His name, let's see. I'll let you get on your do your thing there. I'm just going to read this news story, but it's kind of crazy. A 21-year-old Kansas Steakhouse employee has been arrested. His name is Jace Christian Hansen. He was taken into custody by the Leawood Police Department. And this, where's Leawood at? This is in Kansas, in Leawood, Kansas. He was arrested and charged with one felony count of criminal threat after detectives spoke with management at the Hereford House Steakhouse about suspicions that he, quote, contaminated food with, quote, bodily fluids for nearly a month.
No.
That's right.
This piece of shit.
This son of a bitch right here.
Oh, God, I know what the bodily fluid was just by looking at him.
Yes, you do. You can imagine what he was depositing in it. It said Johnson County District Attorney Stephen Howe explains, quote, there were bodily fluids placed on the food, and by virtue of that, we're asking the public to reach out to us so we can see the extent of the damage that was done.
How are they going to figure it out?
They didn't say how they. Well,
if they ate a certain thing, people that ordered
what
a
are you
certain
talking
thing
about?
Off the menu.
Oh, okay. I thought you were because I was just about to say they don't know how he actually, or they won't release how he actually contaminated the food. So if it's like a sauce in the back that he was just whacking off into the sauce, or what. But yeah, it says longtime customers have been left shocked and worried about what was being, about who was being targeted potentially. One identified customer told the news, I was shocked. It was unbelievable that somebody would do that intentionally. It's a reaction that many had after, oh, that was the end of the quote. That was one of the, I guess a lot of people had that same thing, knowing that he did it on purpose. Another one says, you wonder if they were targeting the restaurant, the owner, other customers, or people they didn't like.
I think they was working through a kink.
You think it's something like that, or do you think it's like a revenge thing? Like he doesn't like the customers, or he's just a pervert and he likes the idea of doing it?
If he was doing it for like a month, I think it was like a kink thing, dude. He's one of them dudes that likes to mess around with mufflers on cars and make out with gas tanks on cars and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
think it was a pleasure thing for him.
Okay. Well, the pleasure part of it would. Oh no! So you're saying he's just like banging the hot loaves of bread or whatever, and
yeah, just glazing the fucking Pop-Tarts, bro. Either that or he was contributing to the beef gravy.
Well, it's a steakhouse, so that's what I was trying to think. What in the steakhouse he could have dumped it into where they wouldn't have noticed, like hollandaise sauce or like béarnaise. You could blow a load into that; nobody would have any idea.
Shrimp cocktail, put it in the cocktail sauce.
Oh God!
You're gonna see that and mix it all up.
That's so bad. The mashed potatoes,
whatever the crab cake sauce is,
mashed potatoes. Yeah, like any aiolis.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if he's mashing other stuff into the beef gravy that matches that color? That's a completely different bodily fluid.
I didn't even consider that. I was just figuring the front end, Jack. And
that's the first thing I thought of when you said steakhouse. I was like, good God, dude, their steak fry slathered in beef gravy takes a whole different turn now.
Oh, poop gravy. I didn't even think about that. Oh, that's so
gross.
gross.
Dude, this dude could be sick.
But they are asking, the news is reaching out to the public to kind of find out when, if you have eaten at this restaurant in the recent past, you might want to know, and they can match up like your credit card, what days you worked, what you ate, based on your credit card receipts and everything. So you can actually go back
your
and
like Friday night spot with the family.
Here's
You've
the
been
question.
there 4 times in a month. The odds that
Here's the question though.
Oh.
Do you want to know? Do you want to find
No,
out?
I'd ignore the whole, like, if I had been sick anytime in that month or anything like that, I'd instantly like get sick again.
Well, I look at it like this. I mean, if he's blown, like if it's poop gravy, you've gotten horribly violently ill. So I don't think we're talking poop gravy. I think we're talking mayonnaise special sauce.
Yeah, that would be the more probable one.
Now,
sure.
I wouldn't, the man in me would be like, I don't want to know if I ate that. But the brain in me is going, what if that dude has the herp or some other STD?
Yeah.
Can I get that from eating his jizz mashers? So
I don't think so. No, you can't.
What's that? You can't?
I mean, I know somebody that's got herpes. No.
But I'm just talking about any STD. Think about what this guy could have and what he could have dumped into the
After
mashers.
it's been in the food and everything like that, I don't think anything's going to live through being in the food.
What if he didn't put it in anything that doesn't get cooked? Like you said, the aioli for crab cakes. That doesn't get cooked. That just gets mixed up in an immersion blender.
Oh my God, he could do it really easily in some oysters, and you'd never know the difference between the oysters and spooge.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Let me take this phone call. Hi, you're on another dumb show. Who's this?
Hi, this is Marky.
Hey, Marky, what's up? Marky with a K?
Yeah, it's Mark with an I.
Hi, Marky, what's up?
I was just wondering, I know this is really stupid, but I'm stoned right now. Why is Mikey's door always open? It looks like his front door is always open. And I'm like, some intruder's just going to come walking in.
That's a good point, Mikey. I actually close my door during the show just because I'm a weirdo and I just don't want people to like just walk in like my mom would walk in or be one to walk in, but
that's the bathroom.
Oh, that's the bathroom door over there?
Yeah, I got a bathroom and a half in my townhouse. That's just a toilet and a sink in that, so I don't have to run all the way upstairs to go to the bathroom.
Marky said, bro, close the door. It's geeking her out. All right, there's the door.
The front door.
Oh, see, I always thought that was the door to go out. Like you had a little foyer, and that was the door to go outside. I totally thought the same thing this whole time.
There's the bush.
There's that.
It blocks my window completely.
That's funny. All right, yeah. So, wait, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you, why did you switch back to downstairs? Did you decide you didn't want to do the upstairs studio too much?
Yeah, dude, I put that thing together during a bad time in my life, and anything going into that room right now reminds me of some bad shit.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I understand that. Marky, do you have any other questions for Mikey's apartment?
No, I don't. But I did want to say that I was in the calendar contest 2 years in a row in 2010 and 2011.
Okay.
And I remember meeting you, and I was double fisting drinks. And I was like this little short girl, like 5'1", and you're like, oh, double fisting. I'm like, oh yeah, it's party time.
Hell yeah.
I was like 20 at the time.
Perfect. Oh, good stuff. That's great. Was I trying to get you to stop drinking? Because usually if girls were getting too lit before the things, we were trying to get them to calm down.
Well, yeah, you did check me, and that was good. But, like, I didn't get drunk because I would have fallen all over the place. Like, I'm not coordinated, so I made sure I didn't drink too much. It was all good. It was a fun time.
Yeah, just underage drinking. How did you get your hands on some drinks? Did other girls that were of age get them for you?
Well, actually, I think I just I was like 22 at the time, but I looked like I was probably like 19. Like right now I'm 36, almost 37. And people say I look 25. And I'm like, cool, that's awesome.
Oh, hey, girl.
Good for you. Good for you. That's a good thing. You're not black, are you? Black don't crack?
No, I'm not. I'm just a short little white girl.
That's funny. So did you do anything interesting when you were on stage? Were you too drunk to do anything? Do you remember what you did? If you were in there twice, I imagine.
Okay. So like I have like ADHD and I'm like probably the most socially awkward person in the world. And I remember thinking on stage, I'm like, I'm going to do the splits because I'm a gymnast and it's going to be so cool and so hot. But I did this weird awkward dance and then just was like walked off stage like
Did you try to be sexy and it failed, or because you're not used to? Oh, really? And it just.
Yeah, I mean, maybe people thought it was hot, but like, I feel like I was trying to give like, you know, Cindy Crawford vibes, but I was like Pauly Shore on stage. Like,
now, so you went twice. Now, did you learn? Was that the first or second time? Did you not learn after the first time that sexy?
That was the first time, I think, and then the second one, I think I met Coolio. That was awesome.
That's cool.
That was
right
super
on.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Big ups, Coolio. Isn't
So
that weird?
so random. Like literally, my brain jumps from like subject to subject all the time. That's just like I'm not sitting
I
still
thought
right
Coolio
now.
was the first Roverfest.
Was it? No.
In the baseball stadium. Yeah, I think
well,
I think
thought
it was.
Two
I think
before
before
that.
that, the only event that they did was the Dieter fight in the park, or whatever that was. That's the one event I did not ever make it to.
Huh.
Yeah.
No, because I thought there was one.
So did you go to all the Roverfest?
I'm back. All right, I'm back. All right, sorry about that. My mic.
I thought
my
Coolio was in the
battery's
baseball stadium.
He might have been in more than one, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because I was at the baseball stadium I was at.
No, or maybe it was. I don't remember. I can never, dude. All those run together to me. I can never remember because they're.
Yeah, I thought
it's all
the baseball stadium was the first one, and then it switched to the park.
It was all the same for me, though. Like what you know what I mean? The same kind of schedule.
Oh, yeah.
What I had to do, where I needed to be. It was kind of the same job, if that makes sense. So.
I remember that one more than any
weird
other one
meeting
because I drove all the way to Cleveland with no tickets.
I hooked you up that one. Marky, did you? So okay, your second time around, did you change your plan of attack? Did you do something different the second time?
I tried to. I changed my hair and I tried to look, I don't know, sexier. But like when I look back at the pictures, I look so young and innocent and silly compared to everyone. Like all these women were so experienced, and I think a lot of them were dancers. And me, I was just like this, like, you know what? Why not? Like this will be fun. I'll just get on stage. Like I really didn't think I would ever make the calendar because I don't look like everyone else. Not that I think I'm ugly or anything, but like that's just not my speed. But I just thought it was fun. And
well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I always appreciated the girls that as long as you enjoy yourself and have a little bit of fun. I mean, so you're telling me that you weren't dancing like this? And Roverfest, you probably can't watch, but this is a professional dancer at Roverfest.
I remember
that was 2012.
I fell down the stairs 3 weeks ago. Like I'm the clumsiest bitch to exist. So
now I have to ask you a question. You sound just like Carrie from Rochester.
Oh, really?
It's
That's
nuts.
funny.
Your cadence. You're just you're just not saying dude every 25 seconds. That's
I know. I'm a big
whoa. Good call, bro.
It's crazy. So it's crazy. I was like, at first I was like, is Carrie calling to fuck with me and saying she's somebody else? And then I was like, no, I don't think it's her. And then so anyway, well, Marky, I appreciate you calling and telling your story. Thank you for the reminiscing. I do appreciate when people call and tell their stories about everything.
And
I'm glad.
thank you for being worried about my safety.
Yeah, of course.
Somebody
Mikey,
could break in
back,
and
bro.
hurt me.
Wondering for a while.
Oh, there's another person
All right,
there.
you guys have a good night. Thank you for letting me call.
You're welcome, Marky. Thank you.
Have a good one.
And thanks to both of you guys. Appreciate you guys listening. That's funny. All right. Now, I'm not done with I was so hoping Curious George was going to be watching tonight. because I have so many jizz
He's
stories.
puking right now, dude.
What
Just
does that
thinking
mean?
about this.
I thought you meant like literally like you knew he was sick or something. Yeah, I have a bunch of stories that have to do with dudes. Just dudes and chicks and jizz. Apparently, there's a trend right now that it's not just happening at restaurants. Right now, I've heard about this before, but apparently the trend has started to tick back up again, where men are ejaculating into women's drinks at work and other places. With the women obviously
This is
not
like the
knowing
least
about it.
sexual generation in the world. I don't even get this. It's got to be older guys.
It's the strangest thing in the world, but I do have a video of a woman talking about it, and I believe she's a Stanford doctor, if I'm not mistaken. I could be, but again, this is for educational purposes to remind women why they need Stanley tumblers, I think.
My friend's grandma started whole new laws because her colleague put his semen in her coffee at work every day for years, and yet she had to fight tooth and nail for justice. I could be wrong, but I think I found this case, and the reason I'm not sure is that there are a disturbing number of men who are ejaculating into fluids women are drinking. If this is that case, what happened was he was initially charged with criminal sexual conduct, and that case was dismissed because apparently this did not meet criteria for that. Then he was charged in a separate case for lewd and indecent behavior, to which he pleaded guilty. The victim suspected this was happening because she found him in her office looking suspicious with his hands near his crotch. After he left her office, she found liquid on her desk, and it looked like there had been an attempt to mop it up with a scrunchie.
Oh yeah, you can't do that with a
Just a couple
scrunchie.
days after she had found him in her office, he admitted to having ejaculated into her coffee twice and onto her desk 4 times, having mopped up the semen with her scrunchie each time. He said he did this because he liked her and wanted to get her attention. Ultimately, he was sentenced to 45 days in jail. And on the day of his sentencing was the day that the bill the victim, Patricia Moss, had lobbied for was actually signed into law. This law made it a crime to place bodily fluids into anything someone else was going to eat or drink. When I saw this comment on my other video, I honestly didn't know that men ejaculating into women's beverages was like a thing. But when I was searching for it, I mistakenly had searched for men ejaculating into women's water because I forgot the comment was specifically about coffee, and very quickly saw multiple stories about this.
There are pauses on there, so you can say, man sentenced to jail for pleading putting semen in La Palma coworker's water food. Florida man accused of putting semen in coworker's water. Man who ejaculated in coworker's water bottle convicted.
One of the most about this man in Southern California named Stevens Milan Castro, who had allegedly ejaculated at work 8 times and was depositing his semen into a coworker's jar of honey and also into her water, and also spreading it onto her keyboard and her mouse. She noticed this because her water was cloudy a few times. The first 2 times she just threw away the water, and the third time she reported it to a supervisor.
A little salty.
And they installed a security camera and caught him going into her office, and the very next morning she walked in and there was semen on her mouse. He was sentenced to 2.5 years in jail and is required to register as a sex offender.
Good.
Given all this, kudos to Patricia Moss for fighting to get that bill signed into law, making this a crime. And for me, this is honestly a new fear unlocked.
I completely agree. If I was a woman, women have, we're the worst. Guys are so bad. We are just.
I don't know, man. After watching Baby Reindeer, bro.
Oh yeah, with the stalkers, women can be very crazy in the stalking kind of realm, but I don't see a woman taking their period blood and putting it into your coffee. I just don't see that happening.
There ain't been no stories about that.
Yeah, no, I don't see a girl sticking her finger up her butt and then stirring your coffee with her finger. I just don't,
I wouldn't mind if somebody squirted in my coffee.
Yeah, I know you're into that.
Lap that shit up.
That's your thing. But here, this is a picture of the guy. This is John Robert Lind. He was convicted on misdemeanor charges after admitting to tainting coworker Patricia's drink with his semen while they worked together at a Minnesota hardware store. So this was a guy who was doing it for...
bothered me so much.
His ears?
Yeah, they look like they're fake ears on there.
Kind of remind me of my ears, to be honest with you, dude. I got ears that look just like... I got big weird ears. I got big elf ears. My elf ears. I got big elf ears.
And that's just because the things are on them.
No, they're just like that. They just.
Oh, yeah, they are kind of elfish.
Yeah, I got weird kind of pointy elf ears. It's really weird. One kid made fun of my ears once, and he got punched right in the nose.
Well, we're sticking with the whole Santa theme. You know what I'm
saying? I'm the head elf, apparently. That's funny.
Call back.
So yeah, no, very good. Anyway, so again, I have another story. Real quick before I move on to my next jizz story, Michael K, you're on Another Dumb Show. What's up, dude?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. What's up?
Good. Hey, Mikey. Hey, that story about dudes jizzing in chicks' drinks at work. Did you actually do research on that, or is it like overblown TikTok shit? Because I remember, I don't know if you were on the old show or not, but they had a story about how many girls get roofied at bars at colleges, and they had a college professor she was from the University of Washington. She called in and was like, it literally never happens. It might happen like once in a while, but it never happens. It's like, when Halloween rolls around, it's like, watch out, people are putting razor blades in apples for the kids. Never happens.
Well, that's cool.
So I'm just wondering what research you did on that.
Zero. I just saw the headlines that she posted and just assumed that they're real. So you think she's full of shit?
Because guys are creepy ass dudes. Guys would definitely do shit like that.
I think they're overblowing it. I'm not saying it, no pun intended. I think it probably does happen, but not as much as people are making it out to be. It's like, everybody on social media now, they get like the...
Let's go down the line, right? Let's go down the list. October 26, 2023, woman drank semen contaminated water served at Half Moon Bay Ritz-Carlton Hotel. Let's see. Where's the next one I saw here? Okay, so that one was in 2023.
Okay, but
hold on. That one was in 2023. This one was in 2018. Florida man accused of putting semen in coworker's water. 2017, prosecutors, man ejaculated in a coworker's water bottles, put semen in honey jar at La Palma office.
Okay, but all the restaurants in the country, all the customers are every day. Is that really a trend? I mean,
the trend might be a bit of a stretch as far as a word. I guess you're right. That is a bit of a. If we're getting
Thank you. That was my point.
Yeah, the nitty gritty.
That was my point.
Yeah, the nitty gritty of the English language. I guess the word trend would be wrong, but I would. It doesn't take away from how fucking weird it is. That's really more than I'm more concerned about.
Oh, it's absurd. It's absurd. Don't get me wrong. You know.
Absolutely not.
The girl was also having the guy bring her coffee.
Say that again?
Get her coffee herself.
Okay, well, anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off. You guys have a good rest of the night, all right?
Thanks, Michael K. Michael K. Appreciate you listening, bro. I didn't hear what you said.
Why isn't she getting her own coffee? Get your own coffee and protect it.
Well,
Stop leading some guy on, flirting with him every little bit so he brings you your coffee every day, you lazy bitch.
Well, I would argue if you're a woman, get your own fucking coffee just because of that. Don't let some weird dude go get your coffee just because you know he's a weird dude and you can take advantage of his kindness. He's a weirdo. That's all there is to it. So
that's how you make guys come back to buildings and shoot them up by leading them on.
Yeah, there are a lot of
Flirt
weird
with them a little bit.
Yeah, there are a lot of weirdos that can't handle that. They come back and do that kind of weird shit. They can't handle a chick leading them on, and then it's the chick not even leading them on though. It's just the chick being kind and courteous and just being like a normal human being.
That, dude. You smile at a dude sideways and he thinks you want to fuck. So.
Exactly. So that's kind of my point. I would argue there are much more weird dudes out there just being weird, and the girls are just being like, "Oh, thanks for the coffee, Chuck," or whatever, and they just take it.
Yeah, agreed.
You know what I mean? Versus like, hey Chuck, go get me a coffee and maybe I'll fuck you one of these days. I don't think it's probably the other way around a little bit more. So
yeah, okay. I digress. I won't be so passionate and definitely get your own coffee, bitch.
I was gonna say, you got a lady at the office who's been leading you on or something. That was a pretty visceral reaction.
I've gotten trouble with girls in the office already, dude. I'm the reason they don't hire good-looking girls no more.
But see why X is so mad at you. She goes, "Oh my god, so it's the woman's fault? The guy shot a load in her coffee? Hell no, it's the fucking
don't
weird
dress the
dude's
way you
fault."
dressed either, bitch.
No, I mean, is it her
for it.
fault she didn't put something on the lid of her coffee? Maybe. No, of course not. She obviously is a complete victim in that circumstance by a long shot. All those women are.
I was just being oppositional, looking at a different lens real quick.
But it is interesting the lengths that women will go to when it comes to their sex lives. Now, they're mad about a guy busting nuts in their coffee. But right now, there are women paying $500 to have salmon sperm injected into their vaginas to help with their floundering sex lives. Like that floundering?
Yo, that's a fishy ass smell already. What the fuck?
This is what I don't understand
Add some
about
fish
this.
to an already salmon tuna mix up. What am I doing? Eating sushi or your pussy?
An O-shot is a non-surgical treatment intended to rejuvenate the vagina and increase sexual arousal, and is alleged to typically show results after about 2 to 4 sessions. So, women are going to the doctor to get salmon sperm injected into their vages. Apparently, it's absolutely life-changing for some women. I guess several kinds of injections are used for the procedure, including the patient's own blood and or salmon sperm. As people age, skin loses elasticity, which can lead to vaginal dryness and painful sex.
Okay. Well, use some lube. I was about to say, if you're talking about hanging meat curtains, I'm not too worried about that. I like a roast beef sandwich.
Not if they're dry, though.
Yeah, no, dry roast beef, no good. You got to have the juice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's DNA extracted from salmon sperm has, quote, potent regenerative qualities, working not on the superficial level, but sinking deeply into skin to work from within, encouraging cell turnover that, in turn, helps firm skin and maintain its elasticity. That
I like.
The purified, I was going to say, because you know how, that rubber band eventually gets stretched out. It doesn't, it bounces back over time, but if it keeps getting used, it stretches out over time. This, it sounds like it bounces it back, helps get the wetness back. So I guess Jennifer Aniston has admitted that she once sampled a salmon sperm facial. So, I mean, I guess it's not totally out of like the craziest thing in the world. Does that mean a salmon blew his salmon
That's
blown his
what I'm
load
picturing.
out?
A salmon just nutting all over her face.
Just Ross holding
away like a fish back into the water.
Ross holding a salmon over her. Just, you like that, bitch? You like that fucking facial? That's salmon facial?
I knew she was into some weird shit. I always liked her.
Fucking freak. Anyway, so yeah, women are up to some weird shit to keep their pussies wet when they get old. Speaking of another weird, I know we talked about sex a lot here, but I found this other story. Mikey, would you?
Yep.
And I know you probably don't. No guy likes wearing condoms, but essentially, sometimes it's a necessary evil.
Haven't worn one since I was 16, homie.
Yeah, just saying though. I mean, it's a necessary evil in this day and age. You want to be with somebody new, and let's say they're the ones that encourage you wearing it. Would you be more interested in wearing one if you could put it on pre-hard? So while you're soft.
I don't care about that. I ain't losing a hard on.
Let's just say that you needed to use the girl you're with. She's real hot. You want to fuck her. She says, Mikey, we just started dating. I'll only fuck her with a condom on. And you're like,
I'm going to puke on her for the smell of burnt rubber, bro. I'm not doing it.
So wait a minute. You wouldn't even just bend a chick that hot. You'd just be like, no, it's not worth it, just for the chance to eventually be able to raw dog?
No.
What, I'm saying this is a girl you might be interested in being with. Not just like a one-nighter.
I can't be interested in her if she's going to make me strap up all the time. I ain't doing it.
Well, not all the time, till eventually you guys get through like the first...
It's like the few months I got to strap up. No thanks.
No thanks. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's say you had
I'd imagine I'm allergic to condoms as well. I'd have to go with like sheepskin or some shit like that because if I'm allergic to bananas, I'm allergic to latex. But I haven't put anything latex on in
Well, you could try
21 years.
You could try the Chimera condoms, which is a new type of condom. It's a smart condom that stretches over a flaccid phallus, covering it like a sock, while a ring at the base helps the prophylactic adhere to the soft member. When the penis gets erect, the condom expands to its size, or up to 7 inches, like the penile equivalent of a popcorn top. Oh, 7 inches, that's it. Never mind, I'm out. I'm kidding. Chimera is competing with the makers, with some other company that makes the same thing. But just imagine that. You go out, because like some dudes, like not every dude has this problem, but like some dudes, when you have to go, you're in the moment, you got to go put that condom on. You might go from here to kind of here. You know what I'm saying? Like some guys kind of lose a little bit there. In that moment, they got to put that condom. Oh, I still have pain on my arm and it didn't get off. This eliminates that whole problem. You put it on before you even going out to dinner. So you're sitting there throughout. That's my other question. How do you take a piss once you put this thing on? You don't get to. You'd have to put it on like you get done with dinner, you've already eaten, you take a leak, then you put that thing on when by the time you get back home, and then you start
just lean across the table and be like, I'm already wearing a condom.
Like a chick would be like, I'm not wearing any panties. You're like, I'm already wearing a condom.
I've got a sock on my cock.
So we can agree this is one of the dumbest things you've ever heard of. I mean, what in the fucking world? Why would anybody do that? Unless you are I guess unless you really have a problem, like you know, if you have to stop in the moment and you're going to lose your heart on, I guess that's a reason to use this thing, I guess.
If you're losing a hard on to put a condom on, she ain't hot enough, homie.
I don't know. It's psychological for a lot of guys, or what if it's age related or whatever? You never know. You never know, my man.
Blue Chew.
They have those. They have those. I have just regular Cialis that I use when I'm dealing with that shit. What was I gonna say here? What was I just?
I just got Blue Chews.
You got Blue Chews?
Yeah, I refilled my script. I had to call the doctor again and go to one of them little telehealth things for like $50. I'm on SSRIs. It doesn't work.
Gotcha. Are you just? Is that true, or you just take them because you get better experience?
God, dude, it's like a fucking brick.
Yeah, no, they're great when that shit works. It's crazy. I mean, it's hammer time for sure. It's crazy.
And that's not like I got anybody lined up to do anything or anything like that. But like, if I end up getting a call from like my ex or something like that lives down the street that I've been sleeping with for like the last 7 years, she hits me up like once every 2-3 months.
But like,
I'll definitely chew one up on the way over there.
Wait, your ex?
She's from like 7 years ago.
Oh, okay. I thought you said like 7 months ago.
I never stopped.
Like,
I never stopped sleeping with her. Like I slept with her every 3 months for like the last 10 years.
Even when you were with this other last chick?
Fuck yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh boy, Mikey. Oh boy. I wonder why it didn't work out in the end. It sounds like
fuck that bitch.
Who cares at this point, right? After all that craziness, calling the cops, then it's all the cards are on the table there. Wow. Well, that's a little that caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting you to say that. Let's do that. I don't feel like taking a break. I got so much stuff to talk about. Let's just roll till 9:30. Does that sound good? You didn't need to pee yourself or
Yeah,
anything?
I'm cool with
You're
that.
good? All right, cool.
Well, now that you say pee, I really got to pee, but I'll hold it.
Are you sure? Well, let's take a break. I got to get another beer. I mean, smoke a blunt. Let's do that. Let's take a break and smoke. I'm going to get second hour is always happy hour. Another dumb show.
9:45 instead.
Yeah, we'll just go. Let's just have some. We'll go until we run out of gas. So.
Oh, I shouldn't have admitted that. The chat's killing me. Even Irish Ronnie said that's foul.
I had a feeling
He's
it
a
was
disgusting fuck.
It was pretty bad, dude. That was a pretty cold admission, dude. I was like, after everything you had mentioned, I was a little taken aback by that comment. So
I've only dated one girl in the last 7 years. So
all right, well, we'll talk
and
about
that bitch disappeared for like 6 weeks, like 3 months into the relationship. What the fuck? Fuck that bitch.
All right, well, we'll talk about fuck that bitch. That's right, Mike. Listen to what Mike says. Fuck that bitch. Take that bitch, throw in the other room. close the door, get your drinky drink on, get your mokey moke on, and we will spend the rest of the show hanging out while Mikey does therapy with us. It sounds like, no, I'm just kidding. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Stick around. We got plenty to talk about, and we're just going to roll for a while. So get some drinks, roll some up, and we'll be right back. Hang on. off right the microphone. Sorry about that. Welcome back to another Dumb Show, issue number 204. So good to have you guys here with me tonight. So good to have you guys streaming on my tube. It feels so good. Feels so right. 844-HIT-DUMB. 844-448-3862. That is the number to call if you'd like to call into the show. Whatever you got going on, whatever you want to talk about, give us a call. I'd love to hear from you. You back? You okay after that? Mikey dropped a little bomb before the. You dropped a little bomb before the break. I didn't know if you were reeling and you regretted saying that or not, or you don't give a shit, or no. All right, cool. All right, sounds good. Well, if you missed it, go back and watch. But Mikey, you sent me an email earlier. Was Vanilla Charlie says, the last pick in the break montage was you and B1 in the grocery store. That reminds me of a friend of mine seen you in the store.
They
not
seen
that
you.
long. Yeah, seen me in the store not that long ago buying some kind of alcohol. Saw me in a store buying alcohol?
No, that's not possible. He has that shit delivered. He don't go out to get it.
I can't remember last time I bought. I bought beer in my little mini mart a couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago, maybe a month or two ago. So it might have been that. Maybe you saw me there doing that. So anyway, Mikey sent me a story earlier today, and there is. Well, we'll talk about that one in a second. But there's a couple conspiracies going on right now.
Ooh.
I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist guy, but there's one of them really piqued my interest, and then I saw another one today that's kind of gone viral a little bit. It's kind of a weird story. It's about this guy on TikTok who, I have a couple stories here. Let me think, I actually pulled the wrong one first. I got two videos that this guy posted. There's a guy who's on TikTok who is claiming that he has proof that time travel is real. Because nope, he has. Well, you can't claim The Simpsons after the anarchist or the guy that burned himself up said all that stuff that happened on The Simpsons is what is the real world.
I hate The Simpsons. I've never watched it or anything like that.
Okay.
I just know I see the pictures and the memes and stuff of the stuff they predicted.
There is a guy who. I pulled the wrong one. God damn it! Keep pulling the wrong one first. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I pulled the wrong video twice. I have two different videos, and I keep grabbing the wrong one. I apologize. All right. So there's this dude who is claiming that he is caught as evidence of a time traveler. And I'm just going to go ahead and just play the video because it will make more sense than me trying to explain it. This is a TikTok video that has gone viral regarding a guy saying he found is evidence of a time traveler.
This dude's coming onto my property to what looks like rob my house, but it actually turns out he is a time traveler. And let me show you that. I literally can't even make this up. So
I'm going to zoom in so we can actually see the video, and we'll just have that guy's face be real big, because what's really is more important is this guy.
My property to what looks like rob my house, but it actually turns out he is a time traveler. And let me show you that. I literally can't even make this up. If I wanted to make this up, it blows my mind. This just happened yesterday. So as you can see, he's wandering around my backyard. I don't know what he's trying to do. Now he's thinking where to go, and he actually ends up going into my shed. So you can see he opens it, goes into the shed. So I'm fast forwarding the time so you can see there's no movement. He never leaves the shed. And I'm talking on the camera. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you in my shed? Never answers. He never leaves the shed. I literally was watching it the whole time. So I end up calling the police. You could see in the last one, the police coming through the front yard. And then here's the police coming into the backyard. And you could see they literally go inside. They go inside and I'm talking to them. Then they go inside again. They're inside there. And they come out and he's not there. And I've been watching this backdoor camera the whole entire time and he never left. I really watched the camera the whole time. He never left. Police didn't see him in there. And it blows my mind. I don't know if there's a tunnel in my shed in the backyard. I don't know if he teleported. don't know where this guy went or why he went in that shed. Let me know what you think, because I'm like perplexed, flabbergasted.
Okay.
I was hoping that the guy was going to come back after the cops left and just pop out of the shed.
Mikey, it gets crazy. It gets even crazier.
Ooh.
Watch the update here. Now he's got a second video that he put out with an update to keep everybody informed on what's going on. Because like I said, this went viral a little bit. Here is the update.
Have an update regarding the time traveler that went into my shed and disappeared. And this is going to blow a lot of people's minds. And if you're still denying that this is real at this point, this is going to change your mind. So just a quick recap. This guy walks around my backyard, goes to my shed, opens the door, goes inside, and disappears. All the cops came, they went to the shed twice. He wasn't in there. They looked. I looked like an insane guy. The cops are like, what is this?
Doing this? God damn it. Sorry, hold on one second. I'm trying to fix this video and it's jumping all over. Sorry.
Wasn't in there. They looked. I looked like an insane guy. The cops are like, what is this guy smoking? And you can see he never came back until the next day right here. Notification on my camera that there's somebody in my backyard, and this guy leaves my shed. And he looks right at the camera too. That guy left my shed. Now. But here's the craziest part. This looks like the same guy, maybe, glasses, whatever. Let's look at the other guy. This was the other guy. He noticeably aged. Looks like the same guy, but aged. So him again, and now him. Same facial features, whiter hair. So I don't even know what to think at this point. Somebody explain this. He literally left the same shed. You saw the camera I put before. There was no movement that whole night. Then the next day, this guy leaves the shed, looks right at the camera like he knows, and he looks noticeably older. I don't know, something's going on. Somebody explain what's going on in my shed. I'll be going there in about a week to give a tour, since a lot of people are asking. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, I don't even know what to think. Did he time travel? Is this a different person? Who is this new guy? Is it the same guy? Let me know what you think, because this blew my mind.
I say time traveler.
I agree with time traveler. I want nothing more than to believe in a time traveler.
I know. How cool would that be? I mean, but how do you explain? Somebody goes in there, the camera never shuts off, it never cuts away. It's the same shot.
And it comes on. It must
shot.
come on and alert you when it sees something.
But apparently, the way he showed it, though, he went through the timeline where it just went through all that time.
Yep.
So I don't know if it's just every like motion detected. It seems like he has it recording all the time. So I don't know if that's an actual fucking time travel.
That's wild, dude.
But it was a weird ass story. It really fucking. I'd like you. I'm like you. I would like to believe that's a time traveler. I don't know if it is, but
I mean, I can't say that it looks like that guy though. I'm not going to go that far to be like, it looks similar.
Kind of agree with you. I didn't really see
you can barely see his face on the first video.
Yeah, I agree. It was kind of blurry. The similar build, though. It did look kind of like a similar build.
The first dude looked taller than the second dude.
You think so?
First dude looked a little tall.
All right, hold on. Let's go back. Let's take a look here.
He looked like a lanky dude, knuckle dragger.
All right, so here is the. Let's do a far view of. I don't have a far view of. I want to see like a walking height view of the two of them. Okay, so here's the one guy. Here's the younger guy.
Yeah,
when he first goes in.
Maybe it's just the angle.
Well, hold on, let me mute this so I can get back to it. And then here is the older guy. I mean, they seem kind of the same build, to be honest with you. I mean, there's that guy walking in. Oh, hold on, let's do this.
Maybe that dude slouches a little bit now.
Could be. They seem about the same height to me. I mean, they very similar build.
Agreed.
It doesn't, and I do love he looks right at the camera too, like zero fucks. Just coming out of some dude's shed. What the fuck is going on in that shed? Why are people going in this shed? Like, what is going on?
Upside down. It's like fucking Stranger Things in that dude's backyard.
It's so weird. Some sort of fucking weird time portal or something. Oh, man, that's fucking weird.
It's bound to happen with all these people having cameras on everything these days.
Well, maybe there's a company who's already aware of it. time travel, a company that makes airplanes, who's in the news. Boeing. Perhaps Boeing is aware
Where there's
of
smoke,
time
there's
travel.
fire.
That's right. Mikey texted me a story earlier today about a man named Joshua Dean, a former quality engineer at Boeing, supplier Spirit Aerosystems, and one of the first whistleblowers to allege Spirit leadership had ignored manufacturing defects on the 737 MAX. Died Tuesday morning after a struggle with a sudden, fast-spreading infection. Known as Josh, Dean lived in Wichita, Kansas, where Spirit is based. He was 45, had been in good health, and was noted for having a healthy lifestyle. He died after 2 weeks in critical condition, his Aunt Carol Parsons said. Spirit spokesperson Joe Buccino said, quote, "Our thoughts are with Josh Dean's family. This sudden loss is stunning news here and for his loved ones," unquote. Why do we care about Joshua Dean? Well, Joshua Dean had given a deposition in a Spirit shareholder lawsuit and also filed a complaint with the FAA. Excuse me, goddamn. With the FAA, apparently alleging serious. Let me start that over. Dean had given a deposition in a Spirit shareholder lawsuit and also filed a complaint with the FAA, alleging serious and gross misconduct by senior quality management of the 737 product line at Spirit. Spirit fired Dean in April of 2023, and he had filed a complaint with the Department of Labor alleging his termination was in retaliation for raising concerns related to aviation safety. So, not directly a Boeing employee, but Boeing outsources many of their parts to suppliers. Like when I worked at the brake pad place, they outsourced little tiny friction discs that were used in actuators to move the seats and move ailerons up and down. Just these tiny little discs this big. But those had to go through rigorous quality control. I mean, but in the end, quality control was just some guy named Carlos working in the back, checking it. So
who knows what kind of day he's having?
A little sus. But I do have a audio clip of Josh Dean talking on NPR about his situation with Spirit Airlines and their connection to Boeing. So if Spirit Airlines, like I said, if at our place, there were suppliers, but essentially it's just, how good is the guy that is doing the inspection or the quality control at the end of the day. That's what it kind of all boils down to. And if there's a problem with safety stuff that, whatever they're manufacturing at the supplier department or the supplier company, Spirit Aerosystems, I don't know what they were making, but they were manufacturing defects in whatever parts that they were giving to the 737 MAX, the Boeing 737 MAX. So he was going to blow the whistle. He was going to be in court talking about this. Was he going to be in court too? Well, he was for his Department of Labor thing, and he also already gave that deposition. So he already kind of blew the whistle. And next thing you know, he ends up dying, just like that guy John Barnett. He
unalived himself. He was having a real hard time.
That's if you guys don't remember John Barnett, he offed himself. Supposedly, allegedly, the day before, I believe, he was getting ready to testify against Boeing in some sort of trial about their safety problems.
Real fortunate at the hotel he was staying at.
And then we also played a clip, and I couldn't find it. I don't know where it went. Of a family member of his came out and said that John had told her ahead of time, if I end up dead, I didn't. It wasn't me. I didn't commit suicide if I end up dead, no matter what they say. So, very interesting story. But here is Joshua Dean talking to NPR about the whistleblower situation and his firing.
But Dean says many of the workers knew something was off.
We're having a pizza party because we're lowering defects, but we're not lowering defects. We just ain't reporting them. You know what I mean?
Dean was a quality auditor at Spirit's factory. His father and grandfather had worked there too, and he took his job seriously. So he got frustrated with what he describes as a culture that pressured employees not to report defects in order to get planes out of the factory faster.
I think they were sending out a message to anybody else. If you are too loud, we will silence you. If you make too much trouble, you will get the Josh treatment. You will get what happened to me.
Dean was fired last April, he says, in retaliation for flagging improperly drilled holes in fuselages. He's given statements as part of a shareholder lawsuit against Spirit. Spirit denies his allegations and is fighting the case in court.
Boom. Another whistleblower dead. Another person.
Drilled holes in the fuselage. That sounds horrible.
Just crazy. Just think about it. I mean, it's a fucking airplane, man. Like, it's like, how are they?
It makes me never want to fly again.
I don't know if you remember me telling this. It makes, you know what? And I should have probably learned from this, but when I don't know if I think I told you this story, but when I worked at the brake pad place, we had a guy come in from, I believe it was Boeing, who at one of their, where is Boeing's? Yeah, there are. There are corporate offices in Chicago for Boeing. There was a guy that came from the corporate office. I believe he was a mechanical engineer, if I'm not mistaken. He came from Chicago to Cleveland to meet with one of my bosses about, parts and go over the, plans and specs in person and talk about our quality control and all that kind of stuff. And after the meeting, my boss came in and he said to me, he goes, "You're never fucking going to believe this." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "He drove here." And I said, "So what?" Like, it didn't dawn on me. He goes, "He's a plane engineer. He is a mechanical engineer who designs airplanes. And he doesn't want to fly on an airplane. He's more comfortable driving. And he would rather do a 5-hour flight than a 5-hour drive than a 45-minute flight." And that seemed like it, now in hindsight, that seems like it makes a lot of sense with all the weird stuff that's happening with Boeing over the past few years.
I'm still gonna fly to Minnesota. I can't deal with a 14-hour drive.
No, I like driving, but I don't think I would want to drive. The only reason I think I would drive that long is like I would love to. One of the things I'd love to do is to work on trying to get your Superman donations in. I would love to go on a road trip with my 3 kids, like a cross-country road trip.
Fun.
That would be really cool. I mean, it would be miserable at times, but really fun at other times. You know what I mean? So I think that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on this Boeing thing, see if there are more Boeing planes that go down or doors fly off or slides fly off of them or whatever. There's all kinds of crazy shit happening with all these Boeing things. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see if any more whistleblowers get taken out.
Well, if any more sicknesses pop up, you know what I'm saying?
Well, if only we had Superman to fly everybody we needed to fly everywhere, or if we could all just be like Superman and fly everywhere we needed to, that would be fantastic. But, of course, he's not real. And one of the greatest examples of his not realness is when he was in Zack Snyder's universe, the Snyderverse as they call it, where Henry Cavill played Superman. Man of Steel 2013 was one of my favorite movies. So he made Man of Steel, he made Batman vs. Superman. I think he had to leave during Justice League, and his vision, he had a whole vision for what he wanted for the Snyderverse, for Superman. Hold on one sec. I'm trying to pull up this graphic. Let me see if I can find this graphic. He put together this design. There it is, actually. It just popped right up. Perfect. He had a whole idea for the Snyderverse that had to do with Superman and Batman and everything, and it was all rotated or revolved around Superman. This is what it's supposed to be about. This picture right here. Whatever the fuck this means, Mikey, this is what the Snyderverse is supposed to be about. So you see Superman up at the top. You got Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Batman, Cyborg, and then all these different things. You got a DNA helix. You got a bird holding a sword. All this just kind of goofy stuff. You got a baby down at the bottom. Coffin being stabbed. You got jizz floating into a baby from Batman. Just all this crazy weird
It's
stuff.
weird, man. It looks like Aaron Rodgers' tattoo.
Speaking of tattoos, I want that as a tattoo at some point. I will have that as a tattoo. I love it. It's really neat to me that somebody took the time to create whatever this vision he has for Superman. Yeah. But the reason I bring this story up is Zack Snyder just did an interview with GQ where he talked about how his DC Snyderverse saga would have finished off for Superman. In a video, and I guess this was a video with GQ, and I wasn't able to find the video. Snyder revealed that he would have built off the ending of his cut from Justice League. Quote, he was going to have to succumb to the anti-life, be destroyed, turn the clock back, and then get his chance for this battle against Darkseid. And then he goes on to say, if you will, that would have finished his trilogy of becoming this guardian and sort of return him to his humanity. Which doesn't make any sense to me. When they say he was going to have to succumb to the anti-life. Now, does that mean that he was going to go bad? Because if you remember in the Justice League movie, or excuse me, in Batman versus Superman, they had the flashback scene to the apocalypse where Superman was bad. And he kills Batman and he does all this crazy shit. So I'm wondering if that's what he means, being succumbing to the anti-life. Then he has to get destroyed somehow. The whole thing just blows my mind. I'm so angry.
You want him to finish it. Well, I mean, now it's in good hands now, but
yeah, I mean, it's going to be great. But I think at some point in time, I'm just praying that they will let this happen. They need to let this happen, even if it's not
let it play out. Why not? Like, people are going to watch it anyways.
That's what I'm saying. Even if just they let Zack Snyder make it for Netflix, just let him make his own version of this. Let him finish it. It has nothing to do with the new canon of the new Superman verse or whatever DC universe that James Gunn is trying to create. Let it be an offshoot, just like the stupid Batman movies. Let those and Jokers. Those are offshoots. You know what I'm saying? Let Zack do his own thing with it. I know Superman.
Yeah, absolutely. Let him work his magic. The dude is really. I mean, I enjoy Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
a lot of people hate the guy and hate what he does.
I tell you what, if you watch Rebel Moon,
I enjoyed Rebel Moon so much.
Fantastic. Even B1 liked Rebel Moon. She thought they were great, really? And B1 hates those kind of movies. She thought they were fantastic. She really enjoyed them.
It was really good.
Yeah, they're fucking great shit. So. Zack Snyder knows what he's doing. His directing ability. I mean, you've seen 300. I mean, his directing ability is out. It's just off the charts. Yeah. So I have some more superhero stuff for you. Have you watched, Mikey? Are you an X-Men guy?
No, not really.
Really? That's surprising.
But you're going to talk about X-Men '97?
I actually have something. About X-Men, sorta. But I was going to ask if you watched X-Men '97.
Yeah, dude, I can't watch it.
You don't like, I forgot, you don't like animated stuff. Never mind. Anyway, I watched it. It's fantastic. I have to actually catch up. I'm glad you mentioned that because I have a couple issues to catch up, or episodes to catch up on. So, but no, this is Airbnb released a couple stories today that are kind of neat. One of them is superhero related. So check this out.
This just in, we're coming to you live from the X-Mansion, the mysterious home of the X-Men and other mutant beings. From our exclusive footage, you can see we are inside of the X-Men's personal living quarters. We also took a look at where they get ready, the war room, their danger room, and more. Tune into our evening broadcast for more information and an in-depth look inside of the mysterious X-Mansion.
Now, I'm a little confused by this because it doesn't look real. But supposedly, you're going to be, the actual X-Men mansion is now available on Airbnb to stay at.
Saw that.
I'm a little confused by it again. I'm not exactly sure exactly what I'm looking at. It looks pretty real from the outside, obviously. I'm going to mute that because it's just a bunch of wind blowing. Got a sentinel head outside, super cool, really neat. Looks just like it, big yellow door. And then but once you go in, this looks like a drawing, right?
Looks like AI.
Yeah, it looks like a rendering and drawing and stuff like that. Now, are they going to actually build this house? Is this a big promo? What the fuck am I looking at? I'm so fucking confused by what I'm watching right now.
Yeah, I just saw the one picture of it that was like outside, and I was like, "Oh, that's real."
Yeah, the picture from outside looked totally real. Like they're, back here at the beginning, that looks like a real house. Now, what the fuck is all?
A still picture of that for sure.
Yeah, now what the fuck is all this shit? They're gonna have a fake war room or whatever? That's fine. That's neat. But why not wait until we could see it? Like I'm very confused about what I'm looking at right here. It's very strange. But this room looks kind of real almost. Sorta.
No, it doesn't.
No, I don't know. Maybe am I just hoping it's real so bad because I think it would be
You're
so
just
cool to
wanting
stay
it to
there.
be real.
I am wanting it to be real. I don't understand what I'm even fucking looking at. Okay, so there's that. So they did that today. But then did you also see the other new Airbnb thing?
Airbnb.
That they released?
No, I have not.
There's a second house that's part of famous for what it's known in pop culture. I actually was not a huge fan of this movie, and I think, Mikey, you actually said you were a fan of it. You liked the movie Up?
No, the first time I watched it was eating a bunch of mushrooms, and the first scene I saw was the old man die, and it absolutely ruined my trip. I ended up,
Bad trip, cried and shit.
Yeah, the clothes started to feel real bad. I was naked in my front yard. It was bad.
How many, out of all the trips that you had, what percentage of them have been bad?
Oh my God, the first time I ever ate acid, I kind of like closed my eyes for a little bit on the couch at my cousin's house. And when I opened my eyes, all the lights were off and everybody was gone. And then the Halloween music started to play. And as I stood up, my cousin grabbed my leg from under the couch and I pissed myself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, ruined that trip.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I've only had like two. Those are the two bad trips that I've had.
How many hits did you take when that happened?
We were doing strips.
Oh, a whole 10?
Yeah.
Holy shit. No
I think it was 10 or 20.
No wonder you lost your mind. Holy Christ.
Yeah.
All right, that's nuts. All right, anyway, so, well, this would be pretty trippy if you were able to do this. Apparently, now again, not sure if this is real, but this Airbnb thing brought this out. Here we go. Again, it looks fake. But supposedly, now they're not going to be able to use actual balloons, but they'll have balloons.
Float around in a house.
They'll have balloons on it, but in actuality, it's being held up by a crane. And supposedly this is a real thing, that they're going to have a house on a crane that you can go stay in. Who would want to do that? Like, just to say you stayed in the fucking...
Gonna fuck everything all up. The crane's gonna fall over. I'm gonna die. It's gonna be like the fucking Wizard of Oz, and I'm gonna end up in Oz. And
I mean, these can't be real, right? I mean, I when I saw these, I was like, hoax X-Men. I'm looking for Airbnb hoax X-Men to see if there's anything real about it. But no, supposedly it's real now. Much of watches deep down, you kind of wish you could jump through the screen, be like on the Amni side. Neither does Airbnb. In fact, thanks to its new quote icons program, you can grab a chance to stay at a 2D animated recreation of Professor Xavier's mansion. Wait, what?
How do you say it? A 2D recreated? What?
What the fuck does that even mean?
That's less believable than the time traveler.
Crash at the X-Men, at the X Mansion, Newcastle, New York. I'm reading the actual X-Men thing now. Newcastle, or the Airbnb ad. Newcastle, New York. Here, fuck, I'll just pull it up. What am I looking at here? What the fuck is this? Crash at the X Mansion, Newcastle, New York. 8 guests, 4 bedrooms, 5 baths, 2.5 beds, or 5 beds, 2.5 baths. But hosted by Jubilee, $97 per guest, calling all mutants. You can have a totally 90s sleepover, hang in our radical 2D world. Try Cerebro.
Oh, so it's all like artwork and fake radios and shit, and it's just fucking flat. Like it's all like artwork and fake.
I'm reading the different stuff you can do. I don't understand this, Mikey. Where is
I'm not
this?
going there.
I don't understand it. I don't even think it's a real thing.
Verified listing.
The X Mansion is tucked away in a secluded part of Westchester County, New York, to keep it a safe haven for mutants like me. This is supposedly Jubilee hosting. There's a lot of room to spar, fly, blah 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 blah. Come hang in our 2D world and embrace your powers in the heart of Newcastle's serene landscape. Mutatis mutandis. That's really strange. I don't understand that at all. I don't get what I'm looking at. Hopefully maybe we can see somebody if they actually stay there, or
post some pictures or something on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to make sure that I want to see what the rooms actually look like.
I feel like a stupid person right now that I can't figure out what I'm looking at. Like I feel like a fucking idiot.
We believed a time traveler went into a shed 2 stories ago. And we're having a hard time wrapping our head around a 2D house.
Man, you know what, Mikey? If you didn't think we were moronic a minute ago, we're going to get even more moronic because, Mikey, you know how I talk about how I say I think the world revolves around me. My parents said, Sean, the world doesn't revolve around you, and I always joke around that I say I think it does. Well, Mikey.
More proof?
More proof. Check this out. It says, only in New York would hundreds of people gather to watch an anonymous man eat an entire jar of cheese balls.
That's so funny that this actually happened.
I love it.
Yeah.
I fucking love this guy. It's the cheese ball guy.
And today I will be eating this entire jar. I am pretty sure NYPD will show up and take me out in handcuffs.
No, you're a hero.
Try to finish as much of this as possible.
Oh, he lost some shit.
You got to eat all those ones, bro.
Eat those balls. Eat those balls.
Oh, it hurt so bad.
Eat those cheese balls. Eat those cheese balls. Wow, she gave you help.
Cheese ball man. All right, 317. Wait, no way. In 14 minutes, he ate that many? Wow. That's some pace.
Hey, look at that. Some people in New York City that actually like America.
Yeah, right?
Fulfill my dream of eating a jar of cheese balls in Union Square Park on April 27th.
Then it ends.
It's wild.
I have no idea. Did he
Shit
finish
that we're
it?
entertaining about.
Did he ever finish the cheese balls? Did he boot? Is it a competition? Is it just actually eat them in front of all these people? Now we joked around about our cheese ball addiction. And
I can't eat them ever again though, so I'm done. I'm out.
Why? You
I
just had
ate
too many?
of them, and now I'm sick of them. I ate like I can't do it. I ate
Me
too many
too.
jars. I got a half a jar that's been sitting on my shelf for like a month and a half.
Did the same
I'll
thing.
never open it again.
did the same thing.
It destroyed my mouth worse than Captain Crunch ever did.
This guy is a master at putting balls in his mouth. Good for the cheese ball, man. A very impressive display. I loved that video. I thought it was
America,
a lot of fun.
just like them kids on them college campuses that are protecting the American flag.
Oh, dude, you know what? I went to go pull a video of those kids, and I just ran out of time before the show started. But, dude, hell yeah, man. We got all these protests happening at all these colleges. And, and I'm so... I'm not conflicted about it, I'll be honest with you, because I kind of look at it like this. And I know this is distilling the whole Gaza, Israel, Hamas, Israel thing down.
Not our business.
But no, here's how I look at it. Like, if I just as an outsider go, wow, I know you two got some history, but it seems like the shit had chilled for a little bit. And then one of you just decided to go punch the other one right in the fucking dick, right in the balls. And now you're mad because we came back and just decided to absolutely take your balls and your hands away from you. Just you're never going to be able to punch us again. I know that kind of, like I said, that just distills the whole thing down to in one sentence, and there's way more going on to that. But they brought a knife to a missile fight.
some white kid in a mask screaming, "We are Hamas."
Oh, I saw pictures today of people wearing actual Hamas.
So glad the police showed up last night and destroyed all them things in LA and arrested all them people sitting on the side of the road.
Here's a video of it right here.
What you are hearing there are flashbangs or stun grenades that the police are deploying, and you're hearing some of the students who are in that encampment yelling as police in a mass move are trying to what is called kettling, trying to get around this protest to try to make this smaller and smaller and smaller so they are pushed into an area where they can then bring them out, detain them using the zip ties that we've been seeing them use throughout the morning.
On time off.
That shit's fucking crazy, isn't it? Like, honest to God, like what do these people think is going to happen by doing this? That Israel is going to stop the attack on Gaza?
Absolutely. They're going to see, oh my God, nuts? America's reacting to it. They've got our back.
Like,
we're going to stop doing what we're doing.
Do they think that that's going to pressure our administration to pressure the Israeli government to stop doing what they're doing when... Again, I understand there's a mass amount of civilian casualties, but probably should have thought of that before you fucking did what you did. And I know it's, the people that are, a lot of civilians that are getting killed didn't do shit, but the majority of the people in Palestine are pro-Hamas. They're their leaders, whether they were legally elected or not or whatever. I've watched quite a few different.
It's just sad for America to see these shitty ass protesters trying to do this. No
it really
organization,
is.
No nothing. It's no rhyme or reason. It's just absolutely something to yell about.
Yeah, and it's the entitlement of these protesters is absolutely crazy, and it's so different than like the Vietnam War, like the Kent State protests where somebody got killed. There was killing there and. Was there more than one? I don't know my history well enough to. I know there was a death at Kent State when the National Guard came in and started shooting at protesters. At least that was a war that involved us. You know what I mean? That was about the Vietnam War. This is, this has nothing to do with us outside of the fact that
we're
Israel
not involved, entangled, and nothing.
Well, we're very entangled in Israel.
Well, of course, we're entangled in everybody's business. That's what we do best. We don't take care of our own shit. We fucking put our nose in everybody else's.
I did watch a really very informative debate I watched a debate about the Gaza and Israel thing on Lex Friedman's podcast. Yeah. I've become a big fan of that because it's very informative. And they had 4 guys on debating the Palestine-Israeli history. Well, I mean, history since World War II. It obviously goes back thousands of years, but the history since World War II and everything involved in that. It was very, very interesting. 4 hours.
Oof.
4 hours. And then I love nothing more than watching nerds argue because I am fascinated that they can sit there and argue without punching the other person in the face.
Yeah, I can never do that.
I don't understand. Like the one guy kept saying, if you weren't such an imbecile, and just kept belittling this other guy. Like there's the one guy would talk so fast like this. He would literally, when he would tell his sports, he would support all his facts like this. He would do it. And the one guy was just like, maybe if you didn't talk so fast, we'd be able to understand you. It was so fucking funny. But like when nerds argue, there's just so much of, excuse me, you're misrepresenting what I said, excuse me. And it just, I don't know what it is. I enjoy watching them argue so much because
I had to turn off them two guys that Rogan had debating on there when Graham Hancock was on. I couldn't listen to it.
Oh, I loved it.
I'm excited to listen to Chris Stefano tomorrow. That's all I know.
Yeah, it'll be good. That last guy he had on about Egypt was bad. It was so boring. Tulsi Gabbard,
I tried to listen to him for a little bit. I listened to a little bit of the Tulsi Gabbard one.
That got boring too. I have to be honest with you. I kind of zoned out during that, to tell you the truth. So, but I was kind of looking forward to that because I don't dislike her. So, all right. I think that's gonna wrap things up for us tonight. I don't think I have anything else. We can end on this video. Did you see this video, Mikey? Mikey, you're a bowler.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
I'm wondering if you've ever seen anything like this in all your times of being at a bowling alley. It's very quick. It goes by very fast, so make sure you're paying attention. But this is at a bowling alley. I don't even know where this is at, but check this out. Boom! Boom! Yeah, you saw what you thought. So here I'm zooming in on it now. I'm going to slow-mo it. Here is, watch the girl on the left. Actually, let me zoom out a little bit. Hold on real quick. Oh, no, it cuts off her ass. Damn it. Shit. So she bends over to pick up this ball. Damn, I wish it didn't cut off right there. That's a nice shot we're missing right there. She bends over to pick up this bowling ball. Takes a straight up, just two-handed throw. Boom. Boom. Right into this other girl's head. That girl drops like a sack of potatoes. Oh, there's the shot we're looking for right there. Ooh. It looks like she goes to pick up a second ball to throw that one too at somebody else, but I only have the one throw. Whap! So I'm pretty sure that girl, that's an attempted murder charge. I think she just got herself all 4 dead at Kent. That's right. I'm sorry. Thank you, CYX, for clarifying that for me. I was an idiot for not knowing that. I feel like a dumbass for even bringing that up and not knowing that. Anyway, bowling alley, ball to the head. Ever seen anything like that at a bowling alley? Anybody ever do anything with the bowling? What happened to your mic?
I muted it to blow my nose.
Oh, okay. Anything weird like that?
I've never seen anything like that, but it's something I've dreamed of doing.
Throwing a bowling ball at somebody's head?
Yeah.
That girl,
Just
that must be a light ball too, because she really whipped that fucker. I mean, that ball was fucking flying.
The lightest one would be 6 pounds.
Yeah, 6 pounds are my favorites. I love a good 6-pound bowling ball. I love when I can just, because my wrists and my shoulders all fucked up, so I can't do anything really heavy. So I just whip those motherfuckers. Just put my 2 fingers in and whip those motherfuckers. But
yeah, Wii bowling style.
It had to have been a lighter ball for her to just chuck this the way she did.
Yeah, she picked that up real quick. I mean, over the head was a little bit slower, but
yeah, she did.
A 6-pound ball.
She did have to kind of hoof it over her head a little bit. She kind of slows down right there.
But that came off her hands way too fast to be anything other than a 6.
God damn! How fucking
just dropped.
How fired up do you have to be to throw a fucking bowling ball at somebody's head? I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. And actually go through it.
Wild.
Like you said, you've had the idea of wanting to do it, but to actually fucking go through with it, that's pretty fucking nuts. So
yeah, dude, I don't want to go to prison for a bowling ball.
Who knows what they're even probably arguing about some fucking dude or something. Who knows? Something stupid like that. So alrighty, guys. Mikey, I think that's gonna wrap things up for us tonight. Appreciate it. CYX says try it. CYX, I love this. Here's a callback for you. She wants you to wear a mask. She says they're great during allergy season.
I know. I thought about it too. I got the bandana and shit.
That's funny. All right, dude. I love you.
For tomorrow. Love you too, buddy.
You out of gas? What you said for tomorrow? Because you're gonna be outside all day for work.
Yeah, dude. I've got to deal with these allergies again, and at night it'll get bad. Like fuck.
Take some Claritin, or
I take Claritin every day, but it takes a couple weeks to start working. It's got to build up a tolerance in my system. I've only been taking it since Monday.
oh, all right. Well, good luck, dude. Have fun with that. That's
Yeah, I'll just die a little bit every day.
You're fine, dude. I love you, bro. See you.
Love you
Thanks
too, buddy.
for hanging out, homie. Alrighty, guys. That is going to wrap things up for us tonight. I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out. Thank you so much to everybody who... Oh, by the way, hello to Avi. Avi has been saying many things to me, saying hello all night, and I missed him, his comments there a bunch of times, and he actually threw in there, he says, it's a shame what these college kids are so brainwashed to be pro-Palestinian and Hamas that they are on the wrong side of history. I could not agree with you more. I feel like while these people in these colleges are, who knows what they're being taught? They clearly don't know history. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be a historian, but I think we can all agree that the Jews have been persecuted quite a bit in history. And giving them land after everything that happened after World War II is like especially after it went on for so long and everybody's ignoring it and pretending like there wasn't a Holocaust happening. Like the Allies were pretending for the longest time that it wasn't happening while they knew it was happening. And then while they did help end the war and stop it, there was a little bit of like, oh shit, maybe we ought to give these people a place to stay because they clearly can't stay here now. So, yeah, it's a lot of history there. Lot to dive into. Yeah, not a historian about it, but I feel like these kids are, like Avi said, on the wrong side of history here. So, but what do I know? War is hell, right? Sucks for everybody involved. It's a pretty shitty situation. So, but hey, I'm just a dumbass YouTuber. What the fuck do I know about anything? I'm just a YouTuber and a fucking DoorDasher, just a regular ass fucking idiot, just like the rest of you guys. Anyway, all right, I'm out of here, guys. That's gonna wrap things up. I'll be back live. I'm gonna try to come back live tomorrow night and do a show. I usually try to get 3 in this week, so we can maybe aim for tomorrow night. I know the Cavaliers are playing tomorrow. Good luck to the Cavaliers in their playoff run. They're looking to close this out against the Magic. Let's hope they don't completely tank in Orlando like they have the last couple games in Orlando. So good luck to the Cavaliers. Hopefully we'll be back live tomorrow at 7. If for some reason something comes up and I can't, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'm aiming to see you guys tomorrow at 7. I am out of here. See ya.